Right.
Hey, there we go. Okay.
Hey.
So,
Yay!
sorry guys, audio troubles. And you guys headed out of, started to head out of the tomb of the architect and were met by strange creatures. Would one of you like to describe those creatures for me?
Snake lady and
Snakes.
cats with weird necks.
Have cats
Yeah.
have snake heads and like leopard bodies or so?
Was it a leopard head with a snake neck only?
Oh,
Yeah, it was
I
just a
remember.
snake.
It was messed up,
snaky neck.
whatever it was.
that's even
It was
worse.
And they
Oh,
had poison. I remember
Yes,
that.
Yes.
They were
Oh, yeah.
venomous. And she kept calling me a betrayer, so I bisected her.
so she's a racist too.
Because you have scales.
Yeah,
And
pretty
it-
much.
She might have felt like a kinship because you have scales, and that made you a betrayer somehow.
She specifically used my own language to call me names. That's not okay. That's like that's even worse. I'm pretty sure.
I think that's my favorite line of the morning so far. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was great. So you guys fought this strange woman and her two weird cat snake pet things. Dispatched them fairly quickly, and you managed to get the relic back to Ank'Harel in the hands of Root via Neck, who had sent you on the job. You were paid, and then you were free to explore the city for a bit, meeting a vendor by the name of Arkin, who was quite taken with all of you.
Yeah.
Yes, she's very
All
friendly.
of us in our crazy spending ways.
Oh.
What are you talking about? She got a great deal.
You just throw money
She
at a
did.
problem. It's fine.
Yeah.
He probably looked like just stereotypical tourists coming to the bazaar for the first time, and that's why
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
exactly.
like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a good deal."
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just
Yeah,
For
they're
those of you
my-
listening, we bought a bag of holding and didn't haggle for the price.
And we paid like double the suggested DMG price.
Is it more?
And we traded in some gems, if I recall.
Yeah.
yo, the necklace. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the necklace as well.
My
Yeah.
charisma's low. I'm sorry.
As a question, did we ever find anywhere to get our stuff silvered? I remember we got those crossbow bolts that were silvered.
That was
Uh,
not. No, that was not looked for.
Oh
from
yeah,
my
because there
notes.
was nowhere with Mithril. That was it.
Yeah, yeah. But you do have those crossbow bolts, and actually, you got those from the study of a half-orc mage named Atiian, who is also the head archivist for the Crystal Chateau. And you didn't meet him, but you met his apprentice. She approached you in the desert canyon where you'd been staying and asked for your help in finding him because he disappeared. And so you've kind of been set on this path. You were very kind to her, which she much appreciated. Very nervous young dwarf. And
Knife dwarf.
yes, yes. And then the big dragonborn gave the tiny dwarf a dagger.
That's right.
It's a great idea.
She was
Yeah.
also very nervous about that. But her name is Leora. And she did ask for your help, which you have kindly been giving her. And then there was a little bit of an escapade because she knew that in the study of Atiian there were useful items that could help you in your quest to find him, but she can't take them out of the chateau. So that caper included 4 of you standing outside the back of the chateau, barely convincing the guards that you were supposed to be there, while Leora and Hazel snuck up to Atiian's study and
Yup.
managed to retrieve a few things. You did find some silvered crossbow bolts. You found a +1 crossbow, and then also managed to find a book that includes some history on the Yuan Ti. You now know this to be likely who that snake woman was who you encountered in the tomb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was like giving advantage on stuff that's about them or something.
Was it
Yeah.
history and religion or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the book.
Yes,
Cool.
Hazel
Yeah,
has
because
the
you're
book.
the
Yeah.
bookworm.
No,
Yeah.
I have the book.
I'd just like to add, they allegedly broke in. No one caught us.
No
Prove anything.
proof.
So yeah, the party managed to retrieve this book. It's a book on Yuan Ti history. Yes, it does allow one party member to,
Right.
upon reading it entirely, to have advantage on recalling information about those creatures. And then you found the final thing, and this is what you're seeing on your screen right now. After a little bit of investigating, Hazel and Leora managed to find a loose stone in the fireplace in Atiian's bedroom and retrieved this map. So this is kind of where we start. Hazel and Leora have found this map. We can move it ahead just a little bit. I'm going to assume, unless there's anything else you wanted to look for,
Oh.
Hazel.
No, I think also at the end of last session we already arrived back at the party, and Leora talked to the guards that had arrived, and then we
Yeah.
got away.
Oh,
I think
that's
that
right.
was the end
Yeah.
of the last session.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
that was it.
much. This is why I
So-
ask for help from players, because sometimes I don't always remember.
Also, I see that you found a nice little font that looks like it was handwritten.
I did, thank you.
So that's cool. That's really
it is
cool.
now on there, so
Oh
yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Looks
Yeah.
much better that way.
Yes, absolutely. So that little note is down there at the bottom. It's definitely Atiian's handwriting. Laura's already told you that. You guys are now making your way back from the Crystal Chateau. Where did you want to head? What did you want to do? Your path is yours.
This is the map for the other tomb, isn't it? There's the tomb of, was it the architect, and what was the other one?
This is the
Oh.
one where Atiian is, I think.
It's yeah, and Leora will remind you it's the Tomb of the Zealot.
So that's the one.
Yep.
Because there was the weird thing of the artifacts being connected to each other and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you are walking back into the city. What would you like to do?
Well, we should probably like go back to the inn and discuss our next move, I guess.
Yeah.
Try and
Yep.
work out. Like, we've got a map of the tomb. Do we have a map to where it is?
Yeah.
Because that's a different problem.
Yeah.
Right. Leora, as you're saying this, looks at all of you, especially you, Neuraxis, and says, I think if we sit down, she has a couple of books under her arm that she took from the study and some papers. She goes, I think if we sit down and we kind of, what's that word? Like triangulate, we could probably figure it out. And I bet we can figure it out.
Someone else is going to have to help her with this. I'm not. I just like look around. Like, I know somebody.
I can do it. I'm good at things.
You like books? Fix it. I don't.
I kind of raise an eyebrow at that, and I'm like, triangulate. What information do we even have to triangulate anything?
She kind of rustles the papers and the books under her arm, and she goes, I grabbed city maps, I grabbed city histories. If we take some time, we might be able to kind of figure it out.
Right.
Also, the map shows
So-
that there's at least a bit of forest, and it's a mountain. Can't be that so hard.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, so by triangulate, you mean
Guess.
looking at books.
Yes.
It's an educated guess. Come on. We can do this.
Oh, sure. I was just questioning the use of that word.
It's the only word I have. I don't know. If you have a better word,
Right.
sure.
Do some research.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Now, I mean, we can go back to the inn, the Desert Canyon, but I also have, I mean, they don't let us out in the city a bunch, but there's actually a tea room across the city if you want to go there.
That we can do.
That sounds nice.
Probably quieter than
Yeah,
Yes.
it's called the Jaded Cup. They know me. I'm in there whenever I do get into the city. It's one of the places I always go.
Are they going to get weird about, us and like very obviously point to like the gun, the huge sword, like we're fully armed, like
No. And actually, as you guys have passed through the city, caravans, especially caravan guards, merchant guards, are all armed. It's displaying a lot of magic that could get you into trouble, and Leora will give you that information. She's like, don't just go casting spells all over the place. But yeah, I mean, yeah, as long as you're not being a threat, because if you're a threat, you'd already been in trouble with the Hand of Ord. I mean, that's just kind of how the city guard works. You would already have been thrown into the oubliette. Like,
Well, it's more of a matter of sticking out in the crowd like a sore thumb. I am not exactly the kind of person who drinks tea.
you'll be
that's
okay there. I mean,
If you would feel safer there than in the tavern, sure, wherever you want.
well, and we might be there. Like I said, they know me. So, in the tavern, I don't really go in there, but at the Jaded Cup, because I'm there all the time, they'd be more likely to give me the back room, which is kind of quiet, and, we could work on this without people looking over our shoulders.
that makes much more sense.
Sorry. Yeah,
It does.
I
This
like
is-
it.
this is all still very strange, and and she kind of goes quiet after that and keeps walking.
Yeah.
Also, a
Absolutely.
cup of tea sounds very nice.
a cup of tea sounds lovely right now.
Okay.
It sounds terrible, but I'm not gonna complain.
I think that is complaining.
She says, well, I mean, we have to
It
walk
was
around.
merely a statement.
Don't you like tea?
Well, lead on, little one.
Okay,
Dwarf girl, little one. That one. Just go.
that's okay. I've been called worse. It's all right. I don't take offense. And she kind of picks up the hem of her robe because the robes are really long and she's dragging in the sand and starts to
Like we can't see her feet.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's like the Seven Dwarves. She's a proper like.
She leads you to around the other side of the Sun Cup Bazaar. You're almost diagonal, actually, from the Desert Canyon. You've not been on this side of the bazaar yet, and you definitely see that the types of goods have shifted a little bit. There are now more fruit vendors. There are more consumable vendors. There are people selling tea and coffee and spices and all of that kind of thing. So if any of you are cooks and would like to buy spices, you can get whatever you want.
Spice?
Spice, yeah,
You spice?
spice, exactly.
Spice?
I was waiting for it. So please someone say it.
Yeah.
Do you spice?
Exactly. And she
Not while
takes
I'm
you
working.
to she takes you to this squat building. Most of the buildings here are not terribly tall. There is the tower that you know to be probably where the guards come from. Most of the buildings here are 4 or 5 stories tall, except for the chateau and the tower. And this building is a squat little stone building, not even a second floor. And outside the building on the sign, it says the Jaded Cup. So she will kind of motion you all inside, and as you walk in, the scent of jasmine hits your nose immediately. This place, if it could be hotter in the city, you have found the one building where it is definitely hotter.
Oh.
And not desert heat,
Oh
but
boy.
humid,
Boy.
incredibly sticky air. Leora does not seem to mind at all. As you go in, there are a couple of patrons off to the left who are sitting at a little table drinking steaming cups of tea. And as you look around at the walls, there are flowers growing, jasmine flowers growing on almost every surface of the wall. And she turns to you and she says, so I'm going to go get one of the owners and see if we can use the back room. And I'll be right back. And she kind of scurries off. So you guys have a couple of moments if you want to look around, if you want to talk, whatever you would like to do.
Can we
I would
order
like
some
to
tea?
stay away from the walls.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can definitely order tea. There are a couple of young men and women bustling back and forth. One of them is cleaning a really beautiful glass bar, basically, where they're putting, cups, and they're drying teapots, and they're scooping out loose leaf tea, and they're doing all of this. You can definitely approach one of them if you would like to order some.
Yeah, I would like to order a cup of tea if it's possible. Go up to one of them and order a cup of tea.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. You absolutely can do that. As you approach, a young man with short blonde hair and kind of dull blue eyes has his hand in a teapot, and he's drying it out. And he looks up and he says, "Oh!" And this is a human male. And he goes, "Oh, good. More customers. It's been so slow today." And he leans over and he goes, "What can I get both of you? What would you like?"
Do you have any peppermint tea?
Oh, you're not from. And he steps back a moment and looks at the two of you, who are
Sorry.
quite small. And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so used to people coming in here because they know." He goes, "Let me give you the spiel." And you can see him kind of like straighten his spine, and he puffs out his chest and he goes, "Welcome to the Jaded Cup. We are the premier
Oh, boy.
tea house in Ank'Harel, and we serve over 500 varieties of tea. So whatever you would like, whatever you can think
gosh.
of, whatever you can dream of, we can make it here at the Jaded Cup." And then he stops and
Cool.
looks real proud of himself.
Talk
I
like
smile.
you shoot me. That's the deal.
I just smile at him and say some peppermint tea would be really nice right now.
Absolutely.
I'll have some jasmine tea, please.
Coming right up, and he smiles at both of you and scurries off into a back room, and you hear like things rustling around.
Do we
What a
kinda
nice
look-
young man.
Really nice. Do we look like children, perhaps? Since we're so small?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, at
We
least
go
we're
back-
still allowed to drink tea.
Yeah, true.
Like doing my best to look inconspicuous and like full plate. Like, yep, no, I'm just here with it. Like every time you move,
Yeah.
it clanks. Like,
Same. We're probably like
Like-
sweating horribly too.
yeah.
You guys did
Yeah.
go fully armored into this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely feel the sweat running down your back.
Oh boy.
Thorkel
Yeah.
isn't really heavily armored or anything, but he's getting a bit worried about his powder.
Well, that's a very good point.
That's a reasonable fear.
It's humid. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
You do
He'll dry out
notice.
back outside.
You do notice as you guys kind of look around, there are no candles in here. It's a dimly lit building, but there are the same kind of lanterns you've seen all over the city, softly glowing on the walls, in between where the vines of jasmine are growing. So after a minute, Leora comes running out, and she says, and you can see like sweat on her brow, and she's been pushing her hair back out of her face, and doesn't seem to be bothered by it. She's just more trying to get it out of her eyes. She says, yeah, we can definitely use the back room. The owner, Tanoa, she knows me, so I just said I have friends and I need some space, so we can head back.
Lead the way.
Okay, I
Let's go.
will do that. Let's do it. And she kind of marches, the same kind of thing. She picks up her hem and marches back. And the building narrows. There's a narrow hallway. You guys have to go single file, actually. Even the little ones have to go single file through this hallway. And then it opens up into a slightly less sweltering room. But again, you see all of the jasmine flowers, and this is actually an open air space, like a courtyard on the back of this building. And it is beautiful. And there's one big table with about 8 chairs around it. And she says, we're free to use the space as long as we like, as long as, no one super, well known in the city needs it, but I think we'll be okay here.
This is wonderful.
Lovely.
All right, so she starts putting her books and parchments down and getting settled, and the young man that you two had talked to comes bustling in with tea, and he's actually brought enough tea. He has another young man behind him, and they're bringing enough tea for everybody. So, and he sets the tray down, and he says, I wasn't sure what the rest of you wanted, but remember, 500 varieties, you just ask. And looks at all of you and goes, oh, hey, Leora, gosh, how did I miss you coming in? This is the part where the DM talks to herself. And Leora goes,
I love that part.
yeah, you know. And she goes, oh, Sail, I'm sorry, I missed you. And he's like, that's okay, don't worry about it. And you see there's a little flush on his cheeks. And he scurries away with his companion. And she's like, he's so nice. Well, anyways, we have work to do. So, because I'm getting really worried because now it's almost rounding up on 3 days that Atiian's been gone. And did I mention he's book smart and not like world smart?
Yeah.
Okay, this could be bad. Anyways.
I take a seat and start reading the book.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can start going over parchments. This is actually going to be on everybody's part. We're going to do an intelligence check. So if you would all roll that for me. First roll of the day. So
I didn't get all of that.
Oh, we're gonna
Intelligence.
we're gonna do an intelligence check.
Oh.
Yep. So everybody, including Leora, are going to roll intelligence checks to see how well you guys can piece this map together with the information you have.
I don't know.
Any skill or just intelligence straight up?
We're going to use straight up intelligence for right now.
All right.
Not a natural 20, but just 20.
20 total. Okay.
I've got a 16.
Why is it doing it twice? Anyway, 16 is cool.
Oh, it
Okay.
always rolls as if you have advantage,
Just
disadvantage.
in case you have advantage or disadvantage.
Oh, right.
So just take the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got
and
six.
okay, and Leora rolled a 12. So, those of you, those of you 15 or higher, so it looks like Hazel, Elisa, and Torkel, what you start to recognize is that these maps and parchments and the information that you have is... How do I make those dice go away?
What?
Oh, just
you-
click.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
You start to realize that where the Tomb of the Architect was on I believe this is the part where my notes are failing me. Does anybody remember what part of town that was on?
Tomb of the Architect.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I have to look at my notes. Sorry.
That's what notes are for.
I just have
know.
it was in the desert,
Yeah, I believe I may not have even said it's actually on
and
the
it was a couple hours travel.
yeah, it was actually on the northern part of the city. I found it in my notes. And you're starting to get the impression that south, kind of east of the city, there are more areas there that are cavernous. There are more places where perhaps there used to be a body of water long, long ago. And as you start looking at, the three of you, as you start looking at this map, with the information you have, you realize that there is a canyon about a day's travel on the southeast side of the city that could potentially be this location.
Okay.
But it's not exact. You may have to... You may go, in the rough direction, but... This is about as much as you can tell right now. Yeah, there will be some survival checks at some point, definitely.
Yeah, we'll have to do some.
for that one. Yeah, but there will be a little bit of that too, for certain. But
how old is the map? How old does it look?
the one that you found in Atiian study, it
That's on
looks
the
to
screen
be.
right now.
You know what? Actually, Torkel, why don't you make a history check for me?
All right, I'm gonna try rolling my actual dice this
Alrighty.
time.
Work better, dice.
Don't fail me now. Only got a +2 from my intel there. Wow. That's an 18 plus 2 is
Hey.
20.
All
Nice.
right. That's good. That's a good roll. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
as you
proud of the dice.
Good dice. As you start looking at it, it's definitely old. The edges are worn. You have some familiarity with maps. You've done your fair share of traveling. And this looks to be a type of cartography that was used several decades ago as pieces of Exandria were still being mapped out. More modern maps have more detail on them. They have
Right.
more directional signals, more cardinal signals. This is definitely
Several
older.
decades. Are we
Several
talking
decades, yeah.
less than a century?
Less than a century, yeah.
Okay, so like maybe like one dwarf generation.
Potentially, yeah.
So it doesn't feel old to me.
This is a baby map. No, it's
Yeah.
you definitely get the sensation. And Leora kind of looks over your shoulder and is like, yeah, I mean, who knows where he dug that map up, but he seems to think this is where the Tomb of the Zealot is. And I think you guys have a direction. I mean, I wouldn't go now. It's about later in the afternoon now. And she says, I wouldn't go now. It's the hottest part of the day. You could set out in the evening, but then you also run the risk of you don't know what you're going to run in. And it's up to you. I mean, I'm not the adventurer, so.
If we can find a fortress or military post, I can requisition us some horses and we can ride out at night.
Yeah, could be.
She says, you actually may not even need to do that. There are livestock vendors here who would probably be willing to work with you. Lots of people buy camels or rent them.
Ooh, camels.
Yeah,
It's
camels
just
are a little bit better for the desert.
It's just a thing I can do from having the soldier background.
I mean, if you want to talk to the Hand of Ward, but I mean,
I think it has to be like the same people that you specifically worked with. I think.
It's just anywhere that your rank would be recognised. So I suppose, we're probably quite far from Draconia.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
she
yeah,
looks at you and says, "You can certainly try."
You can certainly have at it.
I don't look at my scales, think for a minute. Like, okay, maybe not. If we were still in the village, I'd be fine.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you guys want to do. And by this point, she's drank a couple of cups of tea. She's starting to lose that flustered nervousness that you see come over her when she's, very worried, and she's more focused now, trying to figure out ways to help you.
She's
What
more
was
in
it
her
that tea?
element.
Right. She's calmed down a little bit, and Sael has bustled in and out, bringing more and more tea, and he notices that Torkel is not drinking tea, and it's like, 500 varieties? No? Not any at all? No? Okay.
Do you have alcoholic varieties?
No.
I
We
did
don't-
not think so.
No.
Thank you.
Sorry. I don't. And he looks really dejected right now because he just can't find you that special blend of tea just for you. He looks very sad, and Leora kind of pats his hand, and she goes, "It's okay. He's not from here. It's okay. Don't
You
worry
hurt
about
his
it."
feelings.
He goes, "All right." Leaves out of the room, but there's definitely a slump to his shoulders now.
Like, to try and make him feel better, I pick up one of the little tiny teacups of peppermint tea and take a sip. And realise that he quite enjoys it. And, keep hold of it in his giant hand.
Oh my gosh. He goes, "Well, I tell you what, you enjoy that, Sir Dragonborn guy, and I will bring you whatever you want, and yeah," and walks out of the room. You get the sensation that their personalities, that's probably why Leora and Sael get along pretty well. They're very earnest, both of them. They're very cute. All right, so what would you like to do?
So I guess we leave little dwarf girl because it'll be suspicious if she goes missing, and we ride out at night when it's not
Yeah.
going to cook us to death.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only thing I could do with this trying to hit a blacksmith to get my dagger silvered.
If you would like to look around for that, you certainly can.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does crafting work? Do I have like materials to do that? I don't think I do because I need a forge, right?
You would need a forge. Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Also, you'd
you
need
can't
silver.
forge.
Yeah, I mean, I need silver, but if we could just get the silver, then I could do it. And you wouldn't,
Yeah.
but
And it would take some time. You're probably looking for something pre-made or
yeah, that's true.
something that would be.
Yeah. I mean, if it was just exploring tombs, we could take the time, but there's a guy missing, so yeah.
Yeah, we should probably leave sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Well, what time is it now? Is it like afternoon?
You're starting to slide into early evening.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Oh,
took
then
you
yeah,
guys a little
we'll
bit
just
to
ride
piece maps together. Okay.
So we can ride out soon. We don't need, and we are full hit points, everyone. I think so.
I think we've got all our stuff, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yep.
we rested before.
I'm ready to go.
Is anyone using that crossbow? That's a question. Because she was on about it'll be useful because it will hurt things that can't be hurt with magic.
It's in the bag of holding, so.
Okay.
Well,
And use a crossbow. But you can use a crossbow, almost everyone, right?
I could use one, but I'm not sure. I think it's too big for me. I think it needs
Yeah.
to be a light
Well.
crossbow for me to use.
Yeah. which one?
let me put it this way. I love my guns. I am fascinated by the concept of gunpowder and the weapons that make use of it. But a crossbow, that is a thing I have used in the past, and I am pretty good at it. So,
I can only use. Yeah, use
if
you. I
we
think-
need something to earth creature that needs to be magical, I can use it. But
Okay.
I'm not going to really insist on that, you know.
That's what I was checking. Because like as soon as the Leora was like, "You might need this," I started to panic.
But
I mean, then that snake cat and snake lady, we're them really easy, yes.
And that's true. They weren't exactly.
Let's just keep it just in case.
yeah, I'll keep.
Yeah. In our fancy new bag.
Indeed. I guess we need to find a rent-a-camel or whatever they're called.
Lyra will direct you to just outside of the Suncut Bazaar. There is actually a large area where different livestock and different mounts can be rented or purchased. And she says, unfortunately, I don't have any contacts over there, so, just make sure nobody, tries to take a bunch of your money, because they do that sometimes. I mean, this whole city is so expensive, but you can get camels over there. It's about a 10-minute walk.
So here's a thought: do we want camels each, or do we want like a camel and wagon or whatever carriage?
Some of us can probably share a camel because I don't think some of us are really light. I think.
Yeah, and even the light, like the light carrying load on a camel is 300 pounds. So you guys would be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we could 2 or 3. I think at most 20.
Yeah, that should do.
You could probably find a wagon as well. I actually
Or a wagon.
just me personally, not as in the game, but me picturing Hazel and Alicia in the back of a wagon shooting off arrows and spells is one of my favorite images right now. Just like tearing through the desert, yelling and shooting off spells and arrows. I love it. All right, so Leora will she'll go with you if you want to the camels and whatnot, but she also is a little concerned. I'm a little worried I've been from the chateau too long, and they're going to start to get suspicious. I mean, I'm supposed to be doing research.
That's fine.
I think we can manage.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we can
we'll
go
be
back.
fine.
I think, okay.
What?
Here's the thing, and I'll just say this, and I'll leave it there. You guys already know I'm not good with words, so here it is. And she looks at all of you very sincerely and says, "Thank you." That's
You're welcome.
That's all I've got, but thank you for helping.
Hazel says to her, "We'll find him."
I hope so.
We'll do our best.
And
You
I'll
don't always need fancy word to express simple feelings.
Yeah, I'll just give her a gold piece. Like, go and have a tea, and when you're stressed, go and have another tea, and then another one, and eventually we'll be back.
I might be just completely floating on tea by that point. I have to sit in a bathtub of it. Okay, I'm gonna go, and good luck, and thank you. And she will actually leave the books and the maps for you guys, and we'll take a last sip of tea and head out. So she has now left your company.
Shall we go rent the camel then and a wagon?
Yeah, sure.
You can definitely do that. Yeah, it's about a 10-minute walk, and as you head over that way, I'm actually just gonna switch you guys over to the Ank'Harel picture here. Get into the theme a little bit here, little mood, everything.
Yep.
And so actually over towards this direction is where the camels and the livestock are, just outside of the bazaar. And you guys can head over that way, and as you approach, it definitely smells like livestock. There's no question about that one. And you see different people leading horses in and out, leading camels in and out of big pens. There's hay, there's food kind of spread all over these pens. The animals seem to be fine, and you see different vendors and, you suppose, buyers haggling and discussing prices.
Hazel just goes up to the closest camels that are just standing around and pets them. Very excited looking.
You know what? Just for flavor, roll an animal handling check.
Okay.
Oh boy.
That's a 9.
Okay. As long as it's not a 1. There is one camel who is just leagues tall. Like, you come up to its knee. And
Oh yeah, I'll probably have to if I can't even reach its snout, I have to probably go on my toes and
yeah, you managed to get part of its flank. You can pet it a little bit. And
all right, I'll pet it there.
There you go. It looks at you, and it's chewing on something, and looks back and doesn't seem to be too bothered by you, but also not terribly interested.
No,
So at least it didn't spit at you.
I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, it's not a llama.
Okay, so there are different vendors. The one nearest where you guys are standing, actually, let me find his name because I have that. And this is a older halfling, looks like. He's talking to a couple of humans who look decently armed, but they definitely have a wagon behind them. It looks like they're trying to barter for a mount to pull this wagon. And there's gold exchange. This happens over the course of a couple of minutes, and then he sees all of you just kind of standing there and smiles and says, "Well, welcome to Thunder Tree Canyon. Camels. I can't talk, sorry. I'm assuming you're here because you want a camel. Right? Right. Camels.
Yes.
For rent.
Yes.
Yeah, we rent camels, sure. They're pricey if you go to buy them. I mean, it's not helpful. You guys don't look like he kind of looks especially looks at the Dragonborn and the dwarves and is like, you guys don't. Yep, tourists. That's all right. Just, hey, do me a favor. We can work out the rent, but I got to tell you up front, if you're going to rent these camels and you're taking them into the desert, you got to sign a waiver.
Isn't it? Can I just like huddle at a group? But it's like, isn't it better to buy one camel and a wagon instead of renting 3? It's not cheaper.
I mean, yeah. He kind of contemplates it. He's like, actually, my buddy just across the way has wagons. I mean, we could probably work something out. If you'd rather do that. Yeah, you guys are, he looks at Alicia and Hazel. He's like, I don't even know how to get y'all on a camel. Oh, man. Yeah, we could do that. How many camels do you want?
Probably like 2
One.
to pull a carriage with us in, because I'm not exactly light. And if we then fill it with treasure, hopefully.
Yeah, true.
How strong are these beasts? How many would we need to pull at decent speed in the desert?
If you get 2 camels and a big wagon, you're gonna go slower. I mean, that's just how it works. If you get 1 camel and a slightly bigger wagon, how far are you looking to go?
A day's travel.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, a camel can make that. It's definitely faster than walking. That's for sure. Yeah, if we get you... And he starts looking over his camels. You can see him kind of... He's, like, moving his fingers in the air, and he narrows his eyes. He's like, actually, Hubert back here, he's my biggest one. He'd be all right. He hasn't been out in a while. He'd probably be a good one for you.
How much would it cost to buy?
You want to bring a day's travel? Let's say... I mean, do you want... Here's the thing, like, we expect the camel to come back, healthy and in the time frame you tell me, so I usually recommend you add on a day just in case you get lost. So let's say 3 days.
Maybe call it 4. We have to go into a cave.
Yeah.
I don't know how deep the cave is.
Well, I mean, a camel is not going to go in the cave. You know that, right?
No. Of course not. That's insane.
We are off for a little expedition, is what he means. We don't know we know how far it is, approximately how long it would take to get there, but not how long we will stay there.
I see. All right. Well, and it is a desert, too, and the desert plays funny tricks on you. You gotta watch. All right. 4 days. All of you. He can definitely pull a wagon, and a couple of you could ride him, too, so that takes care of that. Yeah, you know what? I'll say 100 gold.
That's a bit expensive, isn't it?
Oh, he's my biggest camel. He's my best one.
That is for 4 days.
Yeah. Not 100 gold a day. That's for all 4 days.
So that would be like 25 gold a day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's risking it dying, not coming back, plus the cart. Yeah.
Well, the cart's another cost. That's not me. You're gonna go talk to Dorfiz over here, and he kind of points off to the left. He goes, he's got carts and wagons and all kinds of crazy stuff. But if you tell him that I sent him, he'll probably cut you a little bit of a discount. He looks at all of you and he goes, well, I mean, if you don't want him, and he starts to walk off and go work with some other people.
It feels like haggle time.
It feels like who is good at haggling here?
Not me.
Not me.
me.
I'm not.
Oh boy, it is.
The warlock with high charisma.
Nobody's good at it.
I'm slightly good at charisma, but not good at.
I'm better at intimidating, but we'll go. We'll go good cop first.
Go Noraxis, you can do it.
Aye.
We believe in
Try
you.
to
That's the thing.
try
So
to
how
bring it like down by like half, and maybe have half of this half be a deposit that we get back.
We'll see what happens. How tall is this guy?
Do your best.
He's a halfling, so not very.
Oh god. So, in an attempt to be polite, I kneel down, because obviously that would be a difficult conversation otherwise.
All right. He's kind of.
I'm getting distortion from you too now.
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
Oh no! All right.
Internet, why do you forsake our voices?
I know, right? Something's working against us. Okay, so this guy, you caught the last name Thundertree,
yes.
but he turns around and now sees a rather tall dragonborn kneeling in the sand. And puts his hands on his hips, and you've now gotten a pretty good look at him. He's definitely older. There's some gray around the temples. He's got a very well-trimmed beard, bright green eyes, and he looks at you and he says, "So, changed your mind on old Hubert back here, did you?"
Indeed, Master Thundertree. And I like motion back to them. We're on a quest of sorts. A man has gone missing in the desert, and it's I'm not going to call it honor, it's our job to find him. And obviously, the sooner we get here, the less time he spends, maybe with a broken leg in the bottom of a canyon, maybe stuck up a tree, I don't know.
Stuck up a tree in the desert. That's very likely.
All right. He scratches his chin a little bit. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Yeah. Yeah, not great. Not terrible, but not great.
All right.
This thing, I'm still way more accustomed to like soldiers and mercenaries. Like normal people is like, so you stab anyone lately? Like, what are you talking about?
And he looks you over and goes, "What exactly are you? Why don't you tell me what you want, and we'll meet in the middle, maybe. How's that sound? You tell me, you give me your opening bid, Master Dragonborn. How's that sound?"
Sure. Yeah. And I'm looking back at the others, just like, I don't do maths. Anyone at all? Like,
can I walk up behind Neuraxis and put my hand on his shoulder, and I say, would it be possible for us to make a down payment and possibly get like a deposit that we could get back?
You mean if you bring old Hubert back safe and sound like you're supposed to, like we hope you do?
Aye, the way things work where we're from, you make a deposit first, and then when you come back with the goods and you return them in good favor, you get your deposit back as well.
but I like look at you, and I'm like, so like actually 20 a day, and the other 5 we get back if the camel's not dead.
I was thinking the other way around, but sure.
What if the camel's dead? We get 5 back.
No. I mean the numbers the other way around.
I go and pet Hubert while they're having this discussion, by the way.
Yeah, ask Hubert what he thinks he's worth.
I'll join Hazel in petting the camel.
He eyeballs all of you. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll do it. Here's the thing, though. That camel comes back dead, you will owe me another 100 gold.
Well, if it's dead, it's not gonna come back at all.
I think I see his point. That makes sense, because you'd have to like buy another one and bury the old one.
I have to protect my investments, and we do actually bury our camels down here, so that's how that works.
Yeah, that's
I
just
would cover Hubert's ears if I could, but I'm too small for that.
I can lift you up.
Hubert is not the same camel you were petting earlier, and Hubert seems like he kind of likes all of this attention, so he's kind of trying to nudge up against you a little bit. If he's too violent, he will knock you over. So just steady yourself a little bit.
Got it.
And this halfling Thundertree says, "Yeah, all right." And he starts scratching out something on a piece of parchment he's pulled out of his jacket pocket, and he hands it over to you, Neuraxis, and he says, all right, you sign here. And it is exactly what you agreed upon, that you will pay the, what did we say, 80 gold now, or the full 100, right? And,
and then
you'll get the
back.
20 back on return of Hubert. But if you lose Hubert, if he is unreturnable, we will say, you will owe an additional 100 gold.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait. Hold on. That doesn't seem good at all.
What do you mean? That makes sense to me.
So we pay 100 gold, but we get 20 back. But if it don't come back, we pay another 100 on top of not getting the 20 back. How much is a camel if we buy it?
If you buy it?
Because it sounds like it would be 200 gold at least.
Well, here's the thing. Hubert, I don't sell Hubert. I only rent him out.
Right.
Look at how big
So,
he is.
do you have a slightly less valuable one?
They're all valuable. What are you talking about? They're
Well, you
camels.
don't sell Hubert. There's obviously
No.
others that you would sell.
They're
that are
magnificent
worth less.
beasts. Have you not? Oh, Taurus, man. I tell you what.
We don't even have camels where we are from. For all I know, you could be selling me some or renting me some sort of useless animal. I mean, no disrespect, but we do not know these creatures at all.
Well, these creatures can carry up to 500 pounds. Let me just tell you that right now.
Ooh,
Which means most of you.
Yep, that's mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you want to buy it, see, here's the thing, and there are people kind of bustling around this whole situation, and you see his attention start to waver, and he says, listen, you either take the deal or you don't, but I'm only going to haggle so much because I've got people who actually want to do business with me, so up to you.
Yeah, sure. Let's see other people do business. Let's see how they do it. Maybe we just need to get used to your culture of bargaining in this place.
And just look at you confused. Like there's literally a man's life on the line. Do you really have time for this?
I like Hubert. I think we should take him. He seems trustworthy.
Yes, I agree with Hazel.
Yeah, Nerex will spit in his hand, forgetting that he breathes poison. It's like evaporates in the sun before he's even got his hand out to shake the halfling's hand. It's like, deal.
You've broken your DM. I am laughing so hard.
I tried.
It's great. No, it's great. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, he looks at this guy looks at you, this halfling Neuraxis, and he's like, you know, you're not the first Dragonborn I've met, but you're definitely the most honorable one. Deal. And slaps his hand into yours.
Burns. Stings a little.
He doesn't even
People call
flinch.
People call us honorable here a lot. How nice.
Yes, I know.
All right, so if someone write off that gold.
Yep, I've done it.
Alrighty, so that Hubert has been officially rented. Thunder Tree will motion to one of the stable boys to pull Hubert out. Hubert is then given essentially a camel saddle with saddle bags that also have food for him. He says, don't worry about, obviously, camels. Don't worry about water on them. 4 days, that's nothing. You'll be fine there. But I would recommend, for your own sakes, if you don't have enough water going out into the desert, you either take it, you can pack it on Hubert here, because there are actually empty bags on the saddle as well that you can put some of your own supplies in for a little bit.
That is a
He
good
goes,
idea.
he'll carry it. He's good with that. Now, what you want to do, if you want the wagon, is you go over and you talk to Dorfiz. Just over here to the left, he's got wagons, carts, that whole deal. And you tell him that Jantron sent you, and he'll cut you a decent deal on the wagons. He and I we work out deals like that. And so you now have a camel.
For 4 days.
For 4 days. Yeah, you have successfully rented a camel for 4 days. And
Yeah.
I will
the camel.
fully admit right now I have never dealt with camels in a D&D game, so this is going to be real
Me neither.
interesting. This is going to be
Luckily,
real interesting.
I have vehicles land, so there is very small chance we will have any trouble.
Thank God.
So I will
Nice.
drive.
All right. Very good. You guys, do you want to head over to the wagon, dude? For lack of a
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
All right.
We need to do that.
We
All
need
right.
to leave soon.
Yes.
It's
And
dark.
so there is a human male who you have now been directed to, whose name is Dorfus, which is an interesting name for a human male. And he is doing the kind of, I mean, everybody's doing business, and this is not unusual. You've seen this pattern in this city. And he's running around, money is being exchanged, carts are being pulled out, carts are being returned, and he sees all of you approach, and he goes, "Let me guess. Jantrin sent you, right?"
Yes, you're right.
All right, perfect. Well, he and I, we've been kind of business partners for years now, and we do all right for each other. So, and he sees Hubert, and he goes, "Oh, all right. So you looking just for a wagon? I mean, what? You tell me what you want, and old Dorfus will figure it out."
We need a wagon big enough to move all of us, but our return journey, there'll be one more.
Oh, all right.
Like, stick my hand out at like the height I think a human is, and it's like way too small. Like about this big.
And a wagon that can survive being out in the desert and will not be destroyed pretty easily.
Oh yeah, we're going into the desert.
I don't
Yeah,
think they have wagons that won't survive in the desert, seeing as this is a desert.
That's true.
The master dwarf down here is actually right, and Dorfus kind of slaps a wagon that's just been brought in and is kind of parked beside him, and he goes, "These things are built. They're reinforced with metal. You've got, and we've got different kinds of carts. So the wood ones, yeah, we don't even deal in those anymore, because, you know, you take wood out in the desert, it's just gonna poof, gone. So this one is gonna be," and he pats the one again beside him, "this one's reinforced. It can carry up to 800 pounds. Hubert here will be just fine. He's done this lots of times. He knows what he's doing." And he goes, "Let me tell you a little secret, guys, because definitely, wow, you are not from here. Old Hubert, he knows the desert pretty well. So if you get lost, Hubert might be able to help you out. I'm just saying.
Trust the camel. Got it.
Trust the camel, my friend.
He
is
knows its
correct.
he knows its well. That is good.
That is, I like that. Trust the camel. Oh, do you mind if I use that in the future?"
Be my guest.
All right. Trust the camel. I am enjoying this one. All right. So this cart here, 800 pounds. I'm assuming you want to rent because you're planning on returning.
Yes.
All right.
4 days.
4 days. Good cart. I'll tell you what.
With good camel that knows his way home, so you're sure to see it again.
This is true. And old Jantrin sent you. So here's what we're going to do. I'll let you rent it for 50 gold for all 4 days.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That's actually sound reasonable.
All right.
Yeah.
Would have been a little different if you'd have bought just any old camel, but you got old Hubert here. Like, I'm not too worried. You're right. He does know his way home. 50 gold. This bad boy's yours. All right.
Narax will just like look at someone else and be like, I paid for the last bit. No,
All right. I will pay for this
All right.
reinforced thing.
Okay. So 50 gold is exchanged. Go ahead and mark that off. And Dorfins and his stable hands come over, hook the cart up to Hubert. Hubert doesn't seem perturbed by this at all. And you guys can all load into the cart. He goes, "I recommend, however, get it outside the city gates first before you go taking a joyride, all right?" So,
Noted.
Yeah. Lead old Hubert outside the city gates. Honestly, he might lead you because he does know his way around. Get him outside the city gates, whichever direction you're going. And he looks up at the sky. He goes, yeah, this is probably not too bad. The sun is now starting to set.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, this is good. Just be careful out there. All right. There's all kinds of stuff living in the sand, in the caverns, in the bluffs. Just be careful. Hubert, and I'll tell you this right now. You know what? Jantron should have said something, but he's whatever. Here's the thing. Hubert, if he gets spooked, he's not spooked easily, but if he gets spooked, he will take off. It's just like a horse. He will take off, but he's got this cart on him. So if you make camp somewhere, maybe unhook the cart from Hubert so he doesn't hurt himself. The cart I can replace. If Jantron loses Hubert, he's going to be heartbroken. So just a word of advice, all right?
We'll
Thank you
take
for
good
the
care of
advice.
Hubert.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
yeah.
cart.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's a cart. Like, I'm kind of fond of the camel, so, just be careful out there. And he kind of slaps Hubert on the flank. He shakes everybody's hands. He says, all right, I'm gonna go back to it. You guys, good luck on whatever it is you're doing. Stay safe out there. And he
Thank you.
heads
We
back
will,
to
thank
his
you.
business. All right.
Like, without a word, I'm getting like on the little driver stoop. Like, I just don't say anything. It's like a huge dragonborn sat behind a big camel on a little carriage. Like,
I wish I could draw. That's amazing. All right, so sun is setting. You have your maps. You have your camel. You have a Hubert, guys. Not just any old
Yeah.
camel.
We have a Hubert.
You have a
That's
Hubert,
cool.
and you
Hubert.
have a reinforced cart. This thing is
Worth
definitely.
his weight in gold.
Yep. You hope so, right? This cart
I mean,
is. Oh, sorry.
Literally, we paid for his weight in gold.
So worth it.
The cart can definitely hold all of you. It is a big, squat cart on heavy reinforced wheels. This thing looks like it's seen some travel, but it's definitely been repaired. It's been well taken care of. You don't have any concerns, getting inside the cart once you're outside the city. I will say that you guys are probably going to want to stock up on water.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
on the
Before
way
you
out.
go, okay, you can go to a
And
couple
probably
of
some food, like
places.
fruits
Yeah,
and
rations.
such.
okay.
How many rations did we have from before? That's
Yeah, didn't we just put like all our rations in the bag of holding? So
yeah.
still,
I think
Yeah,
so.
we have 14.
Well, I
bag of
mean,
holding.
dry rations in the dry desert would kind of suck. So probably stock up on some fruits as well, I guess.
over the like first 2 days or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. You've been in the city
Yeah.
long enough that you know that there are fruit vendors all over the Suncut Bazaar.
Yeah.
There are two places that you know of that you can get water. One of them is the Desert Canyon. However, you will probably pay a decent price for it. But water is controlled heavily in Ank'Harel, like you can probably figure.
Yep.
And the oasis where people can fill up water skins is not far from here. Travelers are allowed 1 water skin per day to fill up. If you want to do additional water skins, it's a small price for that, but the citizens know how the water here works. So you're welcome to go to the oasis. It's not far. It's just across the city.
Makes sense, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that. We don't even need to roll really for that or anything. You can head over to the oasis. It's a welcome break from the heat, even though the sun is going down. All that sand and those buildings definitely retain a lot of heat, and you're starting to really sweat. And the oasis is surrounded by palm trees. It is lovely and gorgeous and lush. There are people coming in and out, filling up water skins. Hubert, as soon as he sees the oasis, bends down to take a drink. And he's been here before too. Good old Hubert. You guys can fill up your water skins. How many do you want to fill up?
What, we need enough for 5 people for 4 days, plus a camel for 4 days, plus a rescuee for like 2.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, The
Yeah.
camel will be okay for 4 days in the desert.
So
But,
basically, we need 22 days of water minus the 5 we get for free because we get 1 each.
There are, if you look around, there are some Hand of Ord stationed here, and they're like dark crimson armor, which you have no idea how they're not like sweating to death in there. And, yeah, because it's
They're just
heavy,
used to it.
heavy armor, right? They're just trained. They're tough.
Working through it.
There are a couple of people who are monitoring. They look like just everyday citizens in Ank'Harel, dressed in lightweight silks, and they're in, light colors. You've got white and lavenders and light blues. And there is an older gentleman off to the side who sees you approach. It says, "You're welcome to travelers. You're welcome to fill up your water skins, but just know if you want additional, it is for a small fee."
How small?
Yeah, we're gonna need more than just our skins.
Oh, it's a gold piece per water skin.
That is
That's not-
small.
That's not much.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did say small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that to be accurate.
Yeah.
I think most of us have one water skin filled up from before. How long is this? A day?
We need 17 more days, so basically filling
Yeah.
up the camel's bags.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we
Yeah.
can definitely do that. And you look behind him, and there are just barrels and crates of empty water skins behind him. As you can, the gold includes the water skins. So if you need, we don't want people dying in the desert. That would be bad. So
Yeah.
we're not trying to certainly take advantage of anyone here. So for 17 gold, he will let you fill up an additional 17 water skins and take those with you.
I can
Okay.
pay for those water skins.
As I say, Narax just folds his arms like, anyone? To...
I can pay for it this time.
All right.
Thank you.
17 gold, you get 17 additional water skins. Those all easily fit into a couple of the bags on one of Hubert's sides on that saddle. And once again, your path lay before you.
Hiya! And we ride off into the desert.
You right off into the desert. There you go.
Hi ho, you bird.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Yep. You can lead Hubert out to the southeast gate. You do know that there are gates at every cardinal direction-ish on the city. You can lead him there. And once he sees the gates open, he patiently waits for all of you and your command. So is everyone getting in the back of the cart, or is someone riding Hubert? How
Oh,
is
sure.
this?
Only riding Hubert.
I say, I'm
Not me.
driving.
So probably you?
Can I ride Hubert too?
Yeah, sure.
You're
So-
right.
Kill
So
both
it's-
of you, absolutely, yeah.
The dwarves in the carriage, the
And
two
me.
really little ones on the camel, and I'll
No.
drive from outside.
I'll be sitting in the carriage because I'm thinking I'm gonna read the book about the Yuan Ti while we ride.
Oh,
I
okay.
see.
So
Okay.
I'll be in the I'll be in the
All right.
carriage.
Yeah, you can definitely
Okay.
do that.
Then I'll
I'm
climb
gonna-
onto Hubert.
I can definitely still see over your head. It's fine.
I'll be
small
having
cel-
fun with my guns, the disassembling and reassembling them, cleaning them because Sen got in one of them in my boomstick last time when I rolled a 1. So I want to make sure it's clean and in perfect working order.
You can definitely do that. Hazel, did you say that you're outside the cart?
I imagine. I mean, I don't know exactly how it works. Maybe I'd get up on the driver's seat and from there climb onto Hubert.
If you want
Or-
to, yeah. I mean, just you.
Or if I
know,
can, like,
just hold
when
on.
You can get that Dragonborn lift probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, that's true. Like one
Whee!
hand.
Yeah. Lift you up.
Just imagine this. They're the tallest and the shortest one is on the camel. The middle one's on.
Yeah.
Just like
I love
picture
it.
that.
Or didn't
Oh
we
my
work out that
gosh.
one of you could be like Baby Bjorn in a backpack because you weigh less than 30 pounds?
That's me.
Oh
That's me.
god. We
Please.
need fan. We need fans just so we can get fan art.
You
of
can
it.
get fan art.
No,
Yeah, that would be so good.
I'm not less than 30 pounds. I'm a little bit over 30 pounds, but I'm still pretty light.
Oh my goodness. Oh, all
I think
right.
I'm 30.
So, just for I'm actually going to just jot this down for myself. So, Hazel, you are on Hubert.
Yeah.
Okay. Neuraxis, you are driving the cart.
Yep.
Okay. Torkel, you are you sitting with Neuraxis?
Well, I'm sitting in
Or-
the back somewhere, wherever.
Okay. Okay. There is actually a little back seat on the carriage if you wanted to sit there. It's like the caboose
Well-
on the carriage. Up to you.
So somewhere I can sit and I can do the thing with my gun.
Yeah, best
The
two places
cleaning and
for that
stuff.
would be either basically the jump seat on the back of the carriage, or you could sit with Neuraxis. That's up to you.
Okay, that works on the back. I can keep
Okay.
an eye on the back that
Yep.
way.
And then Ulrin and Alicia, you guys are inside.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
reading.
Okay, you are reading that book. Ulrin, was there anything you wanted to do while you were kind of riding along?
Yeah, I'd like to look at the crossbow and see like how it's enchanted and everything, and see how they did the silver bolts, and just kind of get an idea of how they made them.
Oh, okay. So kind of an academic endeavor.
Yeah,
Alright.
just kind of like research it and just kind of look so I can maybe replicate it later.
Okay, so we're just kind of going to go down the line, starting with Hazel as you guys set out. The sun is almost completely gone at this point. It's definitely cooling off, which is good because it is so hot here.
Yep.
And Hazel, in order to get you guys, you know your general direction, but why don't you go ahead and make a survival check for me?
Okay. That's a 15.
Yep, that'll do it. Okay. You guys are well on your path. You're traveling along. Neuraxis, is there anything you want to do while you're driving?
Just keeping eyes open for any trouble, as you would expect.
Okay, perception check.
Sure. Not bad.
Hmm.
16?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I do have the advantage of 120 feet of dark vision.
That is also helpful, yes. Actually, does anyone not have dark vision? I can't remember.
I don't.
Okay, the halfling inside the carriage. Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
No, Halfling is on the camel.
Yep.
Okay, good. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, Neuraxis, as you kind of, you slowly swivel your head back and forth, you're keeping an eye out. Hazel is watching too and also trying to get you guys going in the proper direction. You do notice that it's more you hear it. You do hear some scuttling. It's off in the distance. It sounds like scuttling, but it doesn't seem to be approaching. And you were told that there are things out in the desert. You've encountered some of them in the Tomb of the Architect. Scorpions,
Yeah.
spiders, that kind of thing. So it's not unusual to hear that kind of noise off in the distance. Nothing seems to be approaching. So for that perception check, you're good. Let's see. Torkel, you did clear your gun, so I'm not going to make you roll for that, but I know you're just kind of taking care of it, right?
Yeah, that's just flavor, basically.
Sounds
Other
good.
than that, since I'm sitting in the back, I'm gonna be keeping an eye out
Okay.
on this side, I guess.
Okay, perception check.
And also, if reload the Roll20, you'll see that I changed my picture.
Ew.
Let's see. Perception. We all have our little pixely dudes. Except Neuraxis.
Oh yeah.
Perception. Oh yeah, you have actually a +5 on this. Let's see. And that's a 7 for a total of 12.
Okay. You also hear some scuttling. There's some sand kind of blowing in your face a little bit as you head out away from civilization, so you kind of have to bat it away, and you're distracted by that for a minute. But yeah, I mean, there's stuff out here for certain, but you don't see anything approaching. Okay, Ulrin, what I'm going to have you do is, see, because you have a slightly different set of stats for this kind of thing. I would say for right now, because there really isn't a smithing check. You're not smithing, you're looking at
I could just
this
do
thing.
like investigation if you want.
Yeah, I was going to say that or intelligence. Go ahead and make an investigation check, sure.
Okay. Uh, 15.
Okay. It is not the most well-made crossbow. You don't have any idea where Atiian got it. Who knows? But it does have a faint aura to it. It's not magical per se, but he has definitely bolstered its strength somehow. And you get the sensation that if you had the proper tools and time, you could fix this enough to where it could be even more deadly.
Okay.
Yeah, it has potential.
And what about the bolts? Did I learn anything from them, or?
Yeah, those are definitely silvered bolts. They're not magical, but they're very well made and can do some nasty damage. The tips on them are actually spiked.
Ooh.
Yeah, so anyone using those bolts, not only do they do damage to creatures who are usually resistant to magic, but they would also do an additional D6 worth of piercing damage.
Okay.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Okay, and then after I'm done looking at those, I'm gonna go up and sit next to Neuraxis.
Okay.
Just as a little rule type thing question, normally they say that like silvered weapons can arm people that are normally armed only by magical weapons, but I'm pretty sure that works for those creatures that can be armed by magical or silver, not like creatures that are only armed by magical. But are you like house ruling that if it can be armed by magical, silver works, whatever?
You know what?
Or,
that was my... Hold on a second. I gotta look at my note again. That might have been my mistake. Let me look at this.
Well, I actually interpreted it that way as well until someone pointed it out. So, whatever works. I'm just asking how
Sure.
you see it.
They definitely do an additional D6 of piercing damage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the
With
creatures...
this spiky thing.
Oh, yeah, they're nasty. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, guys. Let me fix this. Creatures with...
I mean, you can make it work that way if you want.
Sure.
Just,
No, I
normally
just,
it's
just making sure.
Oh,
like
no.
only some of the creatures it's applicable to, not all of them. It's not a blanket statement that all silver weapons.
Yeah,
like
that was...
werewolves and vampires and
Yeah,
stuff.
that kind of thing.
That was my mistake. Sorry about that. So let me clarify. So these bolts will do... these bolts would make a creature who is resistant or immune to standard damage, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. It would make them vulnerable to these bolts.
Right.
Yeah. So if you
And
run
they're
it,
spiky.
and then you get the additional damage, right? So they could be nasty. Cool. But they do have 20, so just keep in mind, whoever does want to use them, make sure you keep track of that ammo.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. That was my mistake. I wrote my note in a weird way and then I got it turned around in my head.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So you guys are traveling. Alicia, it's going to take you a few hours to read that book.
Yeah, I'm just reading it.
She's reading away. Ulrin, you can go ahead and make a perception check now that you've joined Neuraxis up there.
Alrighty. Perception is 5.
Okay. It's dark. It's sandy. You're still hot, and yeah, it's dark.
You're distracted by Hubert's camel charisma.
It is pretty high.
And he is a charismatic camel. That is exactly right. It's good old Hubert. So you guys continue to travel well into the night. Hazel, go ahead and make one more survival check for me.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 9.
Okay. You do start to notice dunes, sand dunes, that you are approaching, and very quickly start to see that there is a cliff in front of you.
Okay. I make sure to turn around and let Naraxis know.
Okay. Yeah, there is definitely a cliff in front of you, and I'm actually, if you give me just a second, I'm going to switch your map because I have a map.
Ooh.
So, and unfortunately I do not have a Hubert, but I can get a Hubert on there.
I'm just
We
gonna add
definitely
one.
need a Hubert.
Yep.
I'm gonna add one thing. I probably didn't even realize that Erlin left the where I sat because I was so focused on the reading. I'm just gonna add that.
Okay. Let me get old Hubert on here. And then I'll switch your guys' map over so you can kind of see. Hopefully that's right. That's not what I wanted. Sorry, hold on just a second.
We're back at the end.
Oh no, what happened? I just want to make
back
sure
where
that
we
this
started.
stuff is exactly what I told it to be.
It's very
There we go.
wide at the moment.
Yes. Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Hold
no!
on. There we
Oh, no,
go.
we're trapped in the snow.
Ooh.
There we go. Okay, so you have come to the edge of this cliff. And as those of you who can see in the dark, Hubert doesn't seem super perturbed, but he's clearly, you've stopped, and he's whipping his head around a little bit. I am actually going to have all of you make perception checks for me.
Hubert looks kind
Do-
of funny.
Yeah, that's the
perception?
closest
Yeah, like a
camel I
little
could find. It's a weird looking camel.
Do I have some?
Ooh.
A total of 1, not natural 1.
Oh
That's
no.
a 24 total.
Whoa, all right.
19
I got a
on the
9.
dice.
Do I roll perception too, even though I can't see in the dark, or do I have disadvantage or so?
You would, if you can't see, you would have disadvantage, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
6.
Is the thing we're rolling for within 60 feet?
You are right now. Hazel didn't do so hot on that last survival check, so you're more trying to get your bearings.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're kind of standing. The cliff is not super deep as far as you can see the floor or the ground below, the sand, and you see these these bluffs out here. The edge of the cliff to the ground below is probably about 20 feet. But if
Oh,
you
okay.
look over here, it looks like there's a natural way to get down, perhaps, where the cliff has eroded. So you could actually go down this way.
So we're gonna jump off the cliff then.
No, please don't do that. No cliff jumping in this game, please.
Oh, it's
So,
only
yeah.
20 feet. It's gonna be like, what, 46 damage? 2d6? I forget.
It would be 2d6.
Probably
but
like 2d6.
good old Hubert is not going to go down the cliff that way.
No.
He knows better. And he's looking around. Camels don't see so hot in the dark, so he's doing his best to, realize that there's a cliff there. I'm talking about a camel. What am I talking about? So it is now well into night. You have been traveling for about 5 hours. If you would like to continue, you can. You can make camp, whatever you would like to do at this point, but you do have a way off the cliff.
I'm gonna take out my drift globe.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say lights up. And that's the command word for the light.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it starts floating around.
All right.
And
And
it's
it stays with you, right?
yeah, I
Okay.
think.
So it is softly glowing. You see Torkel pull this little orb out of his pocket and lets it go, and it lights up. And Alicia, you can now see a little bit, which is good.
And
But
then
there is-
Hubert can see too.
And Hubert can see. Is there a radius on the light?
I'm looking it up.
Okay, I can't remember.
There is probably a radius.
I'm sure it's like 20 feet or something. Yeah.
I make
I
sure
think
to
it's
stay
20 feet
close
bright
to
and another 20 feet dim.
Okay.
It's not as good as dark vision. No. Let's see. Oh. Okay, I can do either the light spell or the daylight spell. Daylight is once until the next dawn. So I'm probably just gonna go with light.
Okay.
So now we have to look at the light spell.
Right. All the
And yeah,
things-
it follows me like 60 feet away, but I can just, I guess, grab it and
Okay.
light it up again. I don't know.
The light spell will last an hour, and it gives you a 20-foot radius of bright light and another 20 foot outside of that of dim light.
Right.
And if you would like to change the color of it, you can.
Oh
Ooh.
no, I'm just gonna make it white.
Okay, that'll work. And you now can all see a little bit more of this cliff and what is there. There are definitely bluffs out here. Sand is moving around. It's not as windy as some of the other parts of the desert you've traveled through. And you have the ability to look over the cliff. And yeah, it's not super far down to the ground. And then you also start to notice sand kind of kick up. It would be this direction. Starts kicking up between these two bluffs here. And it's swirling around and it's doing all of these things, and then it disperses. And then immediately comes and reforms in the middle of all of you. I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
What?
Yep. There is now sand.
Constitution.
Constitution. Yep.
Constitution. Let's see what I got there.
Oh dear God.
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
I'm actually not great with
Oh,
that.
that's okay.
But
5 plus.
Holy shit! Natural 20 with a +1.
All right.
I got a natural 1, guys.
Oh
Natural
no,
1.
that's not
Oh,
good.
no.
Oh, we
That
are
is
opposites.
not good at all. All right, so anyone with a 14 or higher, you manage to make the check. And I get to pull this thing out. So.
What thing?
Oh,
Does that count
wow.
as an attack?
It is not an attack necessarily.
Or like a spell or something like that?
It's an effect.
It's
Like
okay.
a natural ability, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely an effect. So, hold on a second. Alicia, you are considered blinded for the next
Oh.
minute.
Well, I had a perception check of 1. So
Yeah.
You actually don't even notice that you're blinded.
Yeah,
I noticed that I can't read the book anymore. What's happening?
She is considered blinded. You cannot see. You automatically fail any ability check that requires sight. Also, with you being a spellcaster, you will be at disadvantage on casting any spells that require range and vision.
Yay.
And attack rolls against you have advantage. Now, all of you are standing here. You are covered in sand. Something is happening. Would you please all roll initiative?
Yay!
Alrighty.
I think. All right, initiative.
Yep, and I'm going to add you all to the order
Oh,
here.
that's a 9 total. It's like
I think the
Constitution is my worst score and Dex is my best, and look at me rolling the opposites for each.
And just so you know, Hubert is also blinded. And he is starting to back away from the cliff as best he can.
Yeah, poor little Hubert.
he's going to start to go this way.
That's a good idea.
Did we unhook him from the cart when we got off?
You
I'm
did
assuming
not.
we did.
Yeah, if you would like to put that in there, you definitely can say that. And in the middle of all of this blindness, what is happening, this dust that is getting kicked up, it is starting to form, and that little tornado of dust you saw forming out here has now formed in the middle of all of you, and it is taking shape, and it is starting to look tall and dangerous, and in the middle of all of you, this is formed. And it puts together arms and legs and what kind of looks like a head, but you're not sure, and you hear crunching and swirling sand, and it is now reaching out to all of you. Let me go ahead and add this thing into the turn order. You guys do have access to the turn order. You can add yourselves in there.
Right.
So if you go ahead and plug those in for me.
That's the only one we don't.
Oh dear. All right. This thing.
Wow, we rolled really well there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing is now is at the top of the turn order, and I am so excited that I get to use this because
Hazel, if you had rolled that 10, we would have like a straight. We would have acted last, but we would have won at poker.
Sorry, guys, my bad.
All right, so let me just plug this in real fast. And this thing is going to, it makes no sound. It's eerie, other than the swirling of sand, which has definitely kicked up now around you, which I can make happen because I have that ability to put sound on here. Sure, let's do that. It is definitely getting to be something is going on and you're not sure what, but this thing now has a humanoid-ish body, and it swings out at you, Torkel, with a giant sandy rock fist and is going to try to slam you.
Oh, shit.
That is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
That hits. Okay. The fist
I'm
connects.
gonna say that I probably did not have my shield ready.
Okay,
So
yep.
that would hit in that case, yeah.
That would hit. It would take your AC down, right. So it is going to slam you in the side with this big fist, and it is going to, I'm going to have it roll damage. That is 9 points of bludgeoning damage to you as it slams its fist into your side. And it pulls its head back and slams its fists together, and it is ready for whoever comes at it. Hazel, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna move one up here. So, can I like shoot at it from here, or do I have any disadvantage? Is that too close, or is that far enough?
What is your range on your short bow?
The range is 80. I was just wondering if I'm too close to it.
You are too close. Yeah, you would have to take the shot at disadvantage.
Okay, then I'll probably. If I try.
If you're in melee range, yeah.
Okay, then I'll try to move. Then I'll move down here, if that's okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
Wait, no, that is. Am I still too close? Damn it.
Yeah, the problem is this thing landed in the middle of you. Am I wrong on that, guys?
Well, I mean, you might be wrong on the placement of the thing. Because you seem like it's to the right of me. So if he's in the middle of
Yeah, he's
us...
kind of, well, this is an interesting creature. It's right there. Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
But she is at disadvantage, right? Because she's still too close.
Yeah,
That's
80
right.
is
If
the
if,
max
Yeah.
if
minimum.
she's in melee range.
Okay,
can
so I have
disadvantage.
to be at least 10 feet away from it?
Yeah.
Okay. Does this work?
Well, you need to not be adjacent unless it has reach. Then you need to be a bit farther.
I think she's far enough now.
Yeah, I think you're okay.
Yeah, she's fine.
That's far enough,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Yeah,
I go
yeah.
here.
Yeah, shoot at it.
I mean, you basically need an empty square between you and the target.
Okay.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it has
Otherwise,
reach.
you're like in melee with it, and that's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll shoot with my short bow at it now.
You go for it.
That's 22.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, d6 plus 4. That's 5 damage, piercing.
Okay, you launch this arrow at it, and you see it kind of stick in one of the more solid pieces of its form, but it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you thought it would.
Okay. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Ulrin, you are up.
All right, I'm going to probably stay where I'm at, and I'll cast Sacred Flame on it. So it's a Dexterity saving throw.
Dex save, okay. That is a 23.
Jeez. Okay. So
It rolled
so
really well.
Yeah, so it takes half damage. So
Okay.
it's 1d8. Let me roll that. 3, so it takes 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right, so you launch Sacred Flame at this creature, and a little bit of some of the sand gets singed, and it gets that strange burning smell to it, but it doesn't even seem to have really registered the damage at all. But its attention now looks at you, Ulrin, because you just damaged it. All right.
Yay!
End of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Torkel, you're up.
Yeah, well, since he's looking away, I'm gonna use my action to what is it, disengage,
Disengage, okay.
and
do that.
I'm gonna walk back.
All right.
And as part of my move, I'm gonna take out my shield, just
Okay.
in case it decides to get back to me.
Okay, so that
And
takes
that's
your...
gonna be it.
All right, and that takes your AC back up to 18, right?
Yep.
All right, very good. And then next to Alicia, oh, you are right there with that thing.
I have a question.
Yes.
I am blinded.
Yes, you are.
Did I hear it move? Will I know that it is in that area or in a 15-foot cube? So can I use Thunder Wave, starting from me and going like there? So I would hit Ulrin, but
Yeah.
can I do that?
Yeah, it's... I'm going to say that... I'm not going to make you make a perception check for that. I mean, you definitely know that this thing landed right here because you hear its heavy footfalls.
Yeah, and I would hear
Yeah.
them fighting
Right.
adjacent to me, so just Thunder Wave, because that would hit an area
Sure,
and
yep.
a thing. Then it has to make a...
However, that spell is... Does it have to be in visual range of you?
it doesn't say, it just says...
It's not targeted at a creature.
It's not targeted,
so
Okay.
it's
I think it's fine.
creature in a
It's an
15
area.
It's an AoE, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 15-foot cube from me, so it will hit Ulrin and the creature.
Okay, what's the
So-
save?
Yeah.
It's a...
It doesn't have to hit
14.
Ulrin.
Doesn't it? But I would
No, because it's these three to make you
Yeah.
50-foot square.
Yeah.
But I would
But-
know that he was
But she's
there.
blind.
I'm blind.
Oh.
I would know.
Yeah.
It depends whether you're
Uh,
facing, like that way or that way.
Yeah, she's blinded,
it's
so
Yeah.
it
I'm
definitely
blinded.
puts her at a little bit of a disadvantage. Yeah,
I
she's gonna
mean-
hit Ulrin, so...
I mean,
It's
you could like roll a dice to see if you point at Orlin or not, I
I
guess.
think could. But it's DC 14 con save.
Oh, it's a con? Yeah, hit me.
It's like, bring it!
You will take damage anyway.
I mean,
but still
you
half
really
that.
want to succeed on that save, because otherwise down the cliff you go.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So,
That
Oh,
spell has
boy.
a knockback.
yeah. So, Ulrin, you saved? 17.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's good. The
Good.
this thing did not. It rolled a 7 total. So
Oh boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then it's pushed 10 feet away from me and
Okay.
takes 6.
so it is actually right on the edge of the cliff.
The creature takes 10 damage and Orin takes 5.
Yeah.
What kind of damage is it?
I think.
It's
don't
thunder damage.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
it's
thought. I
thunder
just
damage.
wasn't sure if it was anything. Okay, that
No,
works.
it's thunder.
Okay. Yep.
Used to be sonic damage back in the old editions.
Yeah.
Thunder
Yeah.
sounds cooler.
It is
It does,
cooler,
yeah.
yeah. So you see Alicia, even though she's having trouble, she's like clawing sand out of her eyes, claps her hands together, and this cacophonous wave, because it creates noise up to 300 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It-
Yeah.
It's actually the sound of thunder. So
Yeah. This thunder boom, not a clap, a boom, sounds out from her. And Orin, you manage to hold your ground, but you see this creature get shoved back right on the edge of the cliff, and it sinks a fist into the ground. And it's kind of in that like superhero pose a little bit. And it's now there's no expression here, but it's definitely a little more unsteady on its feet at this point. Very nicely done. Anything else? Bonus action, anything?
I don't think I have a bonus action,
All
so
right.
that will be it.
Okay. And now we have Neuraxis. It is your turn.
Okay. So you've blasted it towards the edge of the cliff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go for it.
okay.
So just like don't even bother to draw the sword. Like brushing sand out my face and still can't see, and I just run at the thing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Uh-huh.
and I'll just try and push it off. So it's opposed athletics. I'll just try and shove it off the cliff. Just
Okay.
body slam into it.
Yep. I'll go ahead and make that check against yours.
Oh.
Oh snap!
It rolled a 1.
Ooh. Wow.
So it's pushed 5 feet.
Yep, that thing rolled
Well, yeah,
a
but
1.
with that kind of roll, I feel like you slammed him all the way into
Oh,
the
yeah.
opposite cliff,
Oh,
and then
no.
he fell down at the
Well,
bottom.
I'm like running, just flat out running 20 feet. And
Nice.
it's like 60 pounds of armor and 200 pound of guy. Just like slam into him.
Can we see you drop kick it?
No, it's like the American football
Oh, okay.
shoulder smash.
Yeah, he totally shoulder checked this thing. You see Neuraxis just not even bother with his weapon, and he takes off at full speed and manages to not only shove this thing, but completely throw it off the cliff. And it is going to take some damage from that fall. Oof, yeah. Yuck. It takes 12 points of damage.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Falling. It is now prone on the ground because it rolled a 1. and actually, sorry about that. It's immune to prone, so never mind. But it is definitely
Okay.
now 20 feet down there, and it is looking severely wounded. Pieces of rock and sand are falling off of it. Part of its arm is now gone, one of its arms. Yeah, that was nasty. Okay, so it is now... Well, this is an interesting
It's its turn.
situation. Yeah, I know. This is interesting. Okay. It is going to collapse its form. You see what has been basically a body of sand and rock go back into that swirling tornado that landed in the middle of all of you. I'm not going to change
it.
its...
Do that again, is he?
He's going to try to get back to where you guys are potentially. So I'm not going to change the token on here, but just know that it is moving. And it is actually going to make a check to try to get back up the cliff. Nope. It gets a little ways up and doesn't seem to make it. Gets and picks up its tornado form and starts to move this way. And is now over here. You, from this angle, none of you have a visual on it. It is now behind this area here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's, from what you can tell, it moved this direction, but you don't see a tornado over here anywhere. So it's a decent supposition that it's probably back in this area, back in here somewhere. Okay? That will end its turn. Hazel, you are up.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to like place myself here on the other side of Hubert. And
Okay.
can I hold my action for when I see it again? Can I then shoot an arrow at it?
Yes, you can definitely do that.
Okay,
Can I
then.
just ask one thing? Did you go between its legs?
Yes,
Did you just
because I have halfling nimbleness with which I can move through the space of any creature one size larger than me. So yes, I did.
Oh.
I think it's probably
I was
two
like,
size
sorry,
larger.
Hubert, and just like ran through.
You
my
probably
gosh.
didn't even have to like bend over when you did that either.
Yeah, probably not. My head was probably just brushing slightly against his belly. That was it.
Okay, Hazel is holding her action. Ulrin, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to move. Let's see, maybe there. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna move there, and I'm going to cast Bless on Neuraxis, Alicia, and Torkel.
Yay.
So whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, you could roll an extra d4 and add the number to the roll.
Yay.
Cool.
Hooray.
Right, very good. I just need to move my map a little bit so I can see what the heck I'm doing. And, okay, so Ulrin, that's your turn. Torkel, what are you doing?
Well, I don't see that thing, so I'm just gonna move over a bit,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hold for until I see it,
All right.
and I take out my my boomstick.
All right, boomstick is out, ready to be deployed.
Yeah.
Very
and
good.
That's kind of why I walked away from Hubert. Don't want to spook him with the boomstick.
Probably a good idea. Yeah, he seems, and he definitely, I mean, he's perturbed, but he's not running. So that's a good
Yeah.
thing. But he's definitely,
I mean-
slowly, he's starting to, he's moving a little bit this direction, but not like in any
Yeah.
danger. Yeah. He's trying to get as far away from all of the noise as possible.
Yeah, I mean the thunder wave could have spooked him, but it didn't, so it's a good sign.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
he's definitely a sturdy, strong camel who's seen some shit. So,
Right.
all right.
Fisherman camel.
Yes, he's a veteran camel. That's right. Okay, so
All
Torkel
right.
is holding his action. Alicia, what are you gonna do?
I didn't know that the creature moved, right?
I'm sorry.
Do I have any idea that the creature moved? Because I couldn't see it.
You heard running. You heard movement over towards where you know the cliff edge is before you were blinded. Make a perception. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna make you check on that. You're still blinded, but you definitely heard noise.
Yeah.
Probably heard some swearing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will just,
Scale mail, you definitely hear like clank,
Yeah,
clank,
yeah.
clank, clank.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that was, so I'm just gonna shout, "Where the fuck is it?" and hold my action until I get some sort of answer or it comes closer or something.
Okay. All right.
So I can't really do anything right now.
We've got a few people holding Neuraxis. What would you like to do?
I can't see it, and I can't see, but I'm pretty sure I knocked it off the cliff. God, all my spells need sight. So I can get 30 feet. So I can get to. Oh wait, where's my ruler? Is that a safe square to stand in, or is it like bottom cliff, top cliff?
You would be very close to the cliff edge. So keep that in mind. You can stand there, but one wrong step or someone pushing you, you could then end on the floor.
In that case, I'm going to go this way instead.
Okay.
30 feet to there.
Okay.
Gather an Eldritch Blast and wait.
Okay, so you're holding Eldritch Blast. Okay.
Yeah.
This thing is still in tornado form, and you do see it start to... Actually, hold on just a second. Yep, that's what I thought. This thing starts to... The tornado starts to move this direction. And you
But
definitely...
it's in tornado form?
Now that it has stopped moving, it has landed again, and it is starting to rebuild its form.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my shot then.
Okay, I do want to
guessing
say...
Hazel will too.
I do want to say right now,
A barrage.
with the condition that it is in, with what just happened with the Nat 1, it is not fully formed, and it is now vulnerable to some damage. So if you're going to take your shot. We're going to go in turn order. Hazel, take your shot.
So
Okay.
Hazel.
Right.
That's 16.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. 7 points of damage.
Okay, and that is actually 14. Yeah, you release that arrow, and before it didn't do as much damage. Now it seems to really hurt it, and it is heavily damaged. Okay, Ulrin did his turn. Torkel, go ahead and take your shot you were holding.
Yep. That's a nat 20.
Oh, okay.
The skull splitter is with me today.
Those heavy metal dice, jeez.
Yeah, and just for the fun of it, I got a 3 on the blessed die, so
Oh, nice.
that would actually be a 30 total,
Oof.
Good
which is
God.
absolutely scary.
Good
For this level.
grief.
Wow. Okay. I'm loving my metal die today. Definitely good.
Your metal dice be with you. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the damage on that?
Let me see. Boomstick.
Because this
That's-
thing's hurting, so...
That's gonna be 2d10 because it's a crit
Right?
plus 3. So that's a 2. And that's another 2.
Okay.
So 7.
Okay.
I also do 7.
All right. And with
Okay,
that,
well, at least the d20 is good, and the d10 not so great.
you see Torkel take aim and fire, and that blast out of the end of his boomstick hits this thing square in the chest, and it explodes in a cloud
Oh.
of dust, and it is now very, very gone, very dead.
Woo!
Okay.
Yes!
Very nice. However,
Sweet.
so this thing is now gone. Let me get rid of him. All of you make
And
perception.
I
Sorry.
I bring the barrel to my up to my lips and I blow the smoke off.
Appropriate flavor, must have at all times. Okay, hold on. Give me just a second as I flip back to where I need to be. All of you make perception checks, please.
I have a question.
Perception.
Yes.
Ulrin blessed me, but I
Yes.
am blinded. What do I have? Like, would I get disadvantage for being blinded, but advantage for being blessed?
No,
then-
You're
It's just a d4.
with the
forget.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Ah.
with the death, I guess, of this thing, your blinded condition is starting to wear off.
Oh,
So-
sweet.
Yeah.
Normal +4.
So yeah.
So I get
I
24.
Oh boy. Yeah, now I'm back with my low rolls and I got a 10 total despite a +5.
I don't know what the hell is going on.
Oh no!
I'm just trying to bless
Oh,
everybody.
wow.
bless.
I'm
Yeah.
in concentration. That's I'm just.
Yeah. You're really focused on the
I'm really
thing.
focused. I'm just.
Okay, and here is what Let's see who rolled. Well, actually, 3 of you. Neuraxis, Hazel, and Alicia, you are starting to hear clicking and scuttling.
Shit.
And it is coming from this direction. And things are moving and shuffling and making noise. And you hear in common, it's rough common, but you hear in common, Where are you? On the cliff? Here we are. We're coming. And
You're kind of cutting off here.
Oh, sorry. You definitely hear in rough common something say, Where are you? Where are you? I'll find you. I'm coming.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Huh. Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
It does not, no. And
Or
all right,
does it?
I will give you guys a round to ready yourselves. If there is anything you want to do in preparation, because something is definitely coming for you.
I would like to move closer to the aggressive group. No.
Yes, you can move and ready an action. You were not surprised, so this is good. Because there was a high chance for that.
I'm gonna move over there at least.
Okay, you're welcome to move. And you're
Can you
welcome to try to
actually-
aim.
Could you just show again where it was coming from? Missed it.
I'm
Down here.
gonna assume that those of you who did hear are
Down
gonna tell
here,
the rest
okay.
of us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. 'cause
No, we're not telling you anything.
I didn't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of you didn't hear crap.
Yeah.
Form the melee wall. Who's with me?
Oh, excuse me a second.
I'm-
Ready a spell. Did
I'll
you say
bother to draw my sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna step to Hubert and see to it that he's okay. And I would also like to use my Rite of the Storm and imbue my bow with it, so it does 1d4 additional lightning damage, and
Very nice.
I lose some hit points.
Okay. Go ahead
Did
and
you say
take
that
care
we-
of that.
Did you say that we can ready spells or something?
You can prepare a spell, but we will still go in turn order when this happens. I'm giving you the opportunity to pick what you would like to do.
I know
So
what I'm going to do.
Basically, we have a round and
Yes, you have
we
a
can
round.
hold.
Yeah, you have a round to move
Yeah.
and basically put yourself on guard.
Yeah.
I'll actually bother to draw my greatsword.
Okay.
This is creepier than the other thing.
I'm gonna back up a bit and reload my gun.
Okay, you can do that.
My one bullet.
You
that I
have-
shot.
You have just a couple more seconds. Finish up
There
what
we
you
go.
want to do.
I
I'm
draw
gonna
my shield.
Okay.
I'm gonna ready an acid arrow.
All right. Sounds good.
Ooh.
And here is what all of you, now that you hear more scuttling and more hissing, and another voice say, I found you. I am so glad I found you, betrayers.
Oh.
Oh, god damn
Oh.
it. This again.
Oh.
And you start to see definitely some scuttling things and two creatures
Oh,
with
Jesus.
swords now coming for all of you, and they are backed by 3 giant scorpions.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and get them in the turn order. Give me just a second to do this.
We're keeping the same initiative.
You are going to keep your initiative. Actually, you know what?
Whoa.
Go ahead and re-roll. Re-roll your initiative. I'll give you that
Okay,
shot.
okay.
Yeah. I'll give you that shot. Sure.
That shot.
Okay.
Well,
Alright.
Nope, exactly the same. And I've
Exactly the same
No.
for me too.
Wow. Well,
I
I
was
got a
wrong.
16 plus 3.
Wow.
It's like, this is crazy today. It's like, I roll, low roll. I roll, low roll.
16.
Oh boy.
Moving on up. Oh,
All right.
shit.
Thank
That's
God.
alright. Someone's
Oh
going before 'em.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Let
The
them come.
problem is
Let
I'm
them come.
concentrating.
It's alright. We got this. Trust in the front line. It'll be fine.
Trust the
Don't get
camel.
16s. Yeah, trust the camel.
Trust the camel.
Trust the camel.
there we go. That finally stuck there. Okay, this is, wow. There's some
Oh,
crazy
Jesus.
numbers up there. What
Good
is
luck,
that?
Wolverine, go!
Wow.
I'm scared.
You can do it.
Now, if only I had a grenade or something.
Yeah, just
Or a
fireball.
fireball.
All right,
I
so
don't know.
before we launch into this, because Torkel's going to go first, Ulrin, will you please roll a d20 and tell me what you get?
Oh, yeah. What's this for? Do I add anything?
It's to determine whether you go first or the scorpions.
Ooh, 7?
Nope, not you. Okay, they rolled a 15.
Oh god, I gotta make this count because we're gonna get hurt after that.
Okay, so here's
Alright.
what all of you
Alright.
are now seeing, especially with the help of Torkel's drift globe and
Yeah.
the dark vision that those of you who have it, it's a good thing it's lit up a little bit. You see 3 giant scorpions clicking and clacking their way up the sand and into your party, essentially. They are also have with them 2 yuan ti. These are far more snake-looking than the one you encountered at the end of the Tomb of the Architect. There is one that is wielding a scimitar, and there is one that is wielding a pike and a shield.
Oh boy.
And the one in the very front, I need to just fix my thing here. The one in the very front is hissing at all of you, this guy here. And he is saying, I did find you good. She needs sacrifice. I need sacrifice. And is readying its scimitar. Torkel, however, you are up first.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
You can do it.
Right here.
Ooh,
Ooh,
phalanx.
risky. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to shoot that scorpion there.
Okay.
I don't like scorpions.
Yep, go ahead and take
So
your shot.
I'm gonna use a grit to get advantage on that because, like I said, I really need to make this count.
Okay.
Bit of meta there, if you'll forgive me.
That's all right.
All right.
And you get +4 for bless, so
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
D4.
plus D4.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, wait,
you
yeah,
get,
it's still active. It's a minute, right?
it's
Yeah,
a minute. So
yeah.
yeah, until I
Yeah.
break concentration when I start swinging at
Oh.
these guys.
We
Well,
have
that's
8
an 18.
turns.
I'm still gonna roll again in case I get a 20.
Okay.
No, that's an 11. So I'm gonna take the 18.
Yep, that
which is
will
gonna be like
definitely.
25 total.
Yep, that'll. Yeah, good lord. That'll
Yeah,
hit that
I mean,
scorpion for sure. So
3
go ahead
dex, 2 proficiency, and 2 archery fighting style.
Oof.
I see.
Yep, go ahead.
And that's
and
a 1 on the frickin' D10. So 4 total.
Four
Pursing
total?
on 4 pursing on that scorpion. I did not make it count much. Sorry.
I mean, you hit it, it'll do.
Yeah,
you
you
hit it.
definitely.
I did.
Yeah.
Definitely hit it. Okay, so you aim boomstick at this giant scorpion, and it is
Yeah,
very
boomstick.
large. And if a scorpion could look pissed off, it looks pissed off. And it is
Yeah.
clicking and clacking at you, and there's a weird rattling sound coming from its tail. And you take aim and you fire, and you manage to hit it in a
Yeah.
piece of the chitin right near its one of its claws. And you see a piece of chitin kind of chip off a little bit, but it does not seem deterred at all.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm like, yeah, I need sacrifice too for science. Boom.
Okay, so
That would have been better with a better damage, but you know, I'll take it.
this scorpion is going to go straight for the person who just shot at it and go right for you. So this scorpion has 3 attacks, and it is going to make all 3 against you, Torkel.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Holy-
But I do have 18 AC now.
Okay. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, it takes 2, tries to grab you with both claws. It's going to try to like claw at you, and then it's going to try to hit you with its stinger. So I'm going to roll all 3 attacks, and then we'll do damage if what's
Yeah.
needed. Let's
With
see.
my bad constitution.
The first claw comes at you, and you manage to just duck out of the way.
Yes.
So it missed you on that one. The second claw, that's going to hit. That's a 22. So it is
no.
going to actually grab onto you and
Yeah.
try to pull you toward it. It is not grappling you necessarily, but it is trying to yank you. We can do basically, we'll call it a grapple check at the beginning of your turn to see if
Oh,
you
so
can.
it is grappling.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, we're gonna call it a grapple, and then
I think scorpions do that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
with their claws, they do.
Yeah, and it is also going to try to hit you with its stinger.
Ow.
And that is no, it is just going to miss you with that too. You're
Oh, thank
moving
God.
around enough that it doesn't manage to get that tail up over its body in a way that helps to get it into you. So you managed to get very lucky on that one.
I'm basically holding my shield up just because of that stinger.
Yeah, and I should have moved it up there so that it actually is in melee with you there. There we go. And then this scorpion is going to, it likes the idea of a bigger target, and is going to.
How much damage do I take from the claw? Not that I
from the
want
claw,
to be
yes,
hurt,
thank you.
Not that I
That
want that.
is right.
Not that I want it, but
suppose I should take it.
usually does damage.
Yeah,
Just
that
feels
is
rude not to take it.
that is 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Thank you.
Oh, okay, that's
not
no
that
Not too.
problem at
Yeah,
all.
it rolled pretty low on the D8. Okay.
Just like me.
All
I'm
right.
okay with that.
Neuraxis, this scorpion is now in your face, clicking and clacking at you, and it is going to do the same 3 set of attacks on you.
Okay.
It is
I
going
have a 17
You have a
AC.
17. Okay, that first claw, it rolled a 9. It's going to swipe at you again, and you manage to actually deflect it. Off, no damage. Second claw is we can't roll for crap. My bad guys can't roll. That's a 15. That also misses. And this time you manage to actually smack its claw back at it. And the stinger, well, you know what? You got lucky because that was a whopping 7. So they're not doing so good right now. And you managed to duck out of the way of its stinger. That third scorpion, as I grab my thing here, is hopefully... Why can I not grab? There it is. It's being picky with me. I don't know. It's not letting me grab it for some reason.
Oh,
What layer
maybe
is
you're
it
not
on?
on the...
Select or move.
No, I'm on the
Yeah,
select because I
select
can
move
move
thing.
him, but it's not letting me move
Oh.
that guy.
Oh, maybe you put the scorpion in the wrong layer in the first place?
Yeah.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, he
It's
might
annoying.
have. Oh, yep, that's what happened. Sorry, thank you.
Okay.
Cool.
That's alright.
You can
Hey.
just, like, cut and paste it on the right layer.
Yeah, there he is. Okay, so we'll move him back to where he was. And this scorpion, with its speed... This scorpion is actually going to stay there.
I use those same scorpion tokens in my game. It's funny.
They're very creepy.
Like, I recognize them. They're like old friends.
That scorpion is going to hold its turn for right now. All right, Ulrin, you are up.
All right. So let's see, what should I do? How Torkel's looking pretty bad. So
Yeah, help talk.
Oh.
Yeah. 10 out of 22.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Torkel. So
You are Norma's best friend.
I guess I'll roll for that.
Yep.
7 points of healing,
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
and so that breaks concentration on my Bless. So Bless is no longer active.
Wait,
That's
Cure
less-
Wounds isn't concentration.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it's a spell though. So whenever
Yeah.
I cast another spell,
If
No,
you cast another concentration spell, basically
so
you
it's
can
still
just
active.
have one
Yeah.
concentration spell up at one time.
oh, okay. I thought if you cast another spell at all, it breaks concentration.
Yeah, no. If
No.
it's an instant duration, it's no problem.
Oh, okay, cool.
If it's
Yeah.
fixed duration, it's no problem.
Then
You
never
just
mind.
cannot concentrate on 2 spells at once.
That
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll just stay here, holding the line.
Okay. In the middle.
Well, we are holding the line. That's why I went there with my shield.
That's basic. But yeah, what would just the three of us at the front?
Hold the line.
Hold the line.
Hold line.
Yeah.
Hold line. Hold line.
Hold on!
Hold line.
All right, Ulrin, Torko, you feel a little bit better now. Ulrin,
Yeah,
you
I do.
definitely can see these things. They are nasty. They are solid black. There doesn't seem to be any. You almost can't see the joints in the chitin. They're very creepy looking.
Alright.
All right, so now it is this guy's turn. And this Yuan-Ti with the scimitar is going to reach its hand out.
Uh-oh.
Yep, and
Oh, boy.
yeah, I need Torkel, Olren, Naraxis to make wisdom saving throws.
Ooh, I'm good at that.
Wisdom.
Master.
Okay. Ah, well, that's pretty good.
Nice.
20.
That's a 5 on the dice.
Okay.
8 total.
So,
My
all right.
dice likes 5 as much as it's like 20s, I guess.
All right, Olren and Naraxis, you managed to resist this effect. Torkel, you are considered afraid for the next minute.
Oh,
it
shit.
has cast a fear spell at all three of you.
Mm.
So you are considered afraid. Obviously, you cannot move closer to it. And
Why did it have to be snakes and scorpions?
I hate snakes.
and it sees you start to kind of cower in fear, and it says, yes, that is right, fear. Fear is good. Fear feeds. Oh, sweet sacrifice. And stays right where it's at, holding that scimitar up. Its eyes, very yellow snake eyes, flickering and looking at all of you. This one in the back is going to, I just need to check my range here. All right. Is going to move up and square off with you, Olren.
Oh, all right.
And take a swipe at you with that nasty looking spear. That's a natural 20.
Fuck.
So
Holy shit.
27 total on the hit. So that is going to be, let me roll the damage here.
Huber, save yourself!
That is 16 points of slashing damage to you. Yeah.
Holy shit.
You have to make a
Wow.
concentration save as well.
Yep, you
Or
do.
lose bless.
Yeah,
60. Oh
You
my
do.
god.
make a con save on that spell.
So we've got to be
Oh,
better than 10.
Yep.
that's a 9.
Oh no. All right, Bless is gone.
Bless.
So this
Good
Yuan
boy,
Ti that has not said anything just slithers up. They definitely do not have legs.
Oh,
Slithers
wait a second.
up to you. What?
The bless, while it was still up, it worked on saves, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but I didn't bless myself.
Yeah, he blessed other.
No, but you blessed me. Okay, no, that's
Yeah.
I would have needed a 4, I think, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this thing slithers up to you, Olren, and aims that spear.
DC was higher than 11, was it?
Yeah.
For the fear?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was higher than that.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry. Yeah. There's no way, even with the blessed die, you could have made that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it takes its spear and sticks it right into your abdomen, and you feel the blood start to run
Ow.
down
Ow.
and through your armor. Yeah, and it hurts. It hurts, and it just looks at you. It doesn't say anything, and it pulls the spear back and readies. It has a shield in one hand and readies another attack. Okay, that is its turn. Alicia, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna take an acid arrow towards the guy that hit Olren. So
Okay. Yeah, you should be able to have a shot at that.
yeah, it's 90 feet. So
Yeah.
I think that's
So it's not a problem that the guys are standing there? Like, can we shoot
would-
that's
over them or so?
It would be different if you were trying to shoot between two dragonborn, but because it's a dwarf, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
you can take the shot.
yeah. So
Take the shot.
It's like
7 plus
Ulrin
6,
Duck.
that's, to hit.
What was it?
13.
13 to hit.
13 to hit. No, that is
It's a
going.
ranged attack.
That is going to miss.
Miss.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Oh.
Oh yeah, do you read? If it says something if it misses too. On a miss, the arrow splashes the target with acid for half as much of the initial damage. So
Okay.
I still roll damage. So
Yeah, go ahead
I
and
don't
roll
know.
that.
So 4 damage because
4
it's
damage?
half of that.
Okay.
4
So
damage.
you do manage to. Yes. Yeah, you do manage to get a little bit of acid on it. It hisses, but holds its ground, squaring off with Ulrin. Okay. And then Hazel?
Okay, I'm going to move here behind Noraxis and shoot the guy that hit Ulrin too.
You're like shooting around his legs.
Can I do it, or is it like
You can do it, sure.
not a good precision?
No,
okay.
it's fine.
I like
It's fine.
crouch down with my bow
Yeah.
and like shoot between his legs.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go right for it.
Okay. Okay, that's an 18 plus 8.
Oh yeah,
No.
that'll hit.
Oh,
Holy
that's
crap.
great. Okay, so that's okay. So first, the piercing damage is 7 piercing damage, and my dice fell, and 1 point of lightning damage.
Okay. Yep, that arrow definitely it hit it, and it's actually kind of embedded in its like lower side, almost in its like hip region, if it had a hip, I guess, because it doesn't really have legs. And you see it flinch back and hiss at you, but goes right back to focusing on Ulrin. And you get the sensation that now it's got prey in its sights, and it's probably not going to let up. All right, Noraxis, up to you.
Okay. I will look at the scorpion, like, ineffectually scraping against my armor. Look at the thing that just jammed a spear in Ulrin. Close one hand around my broken piece of crystal, and I'll hex the Yuan T.
The one that hit Ulrin? Okay.
Yeah, with my
All right.
bonus action, I'll hex it.
Okay.
So like you see something like writhe in his hand. There's the faint smell of sulfur, and I'll hex its. I guess strength,
Strength. Okay.
and then put my hand back on my greatsword, and take a big overhand swipe.
Alrighty, go ahead.
16.
That is just going to miss.
Oh,
No.
Yeah. So you do manage to get that giant sword down, and it just grazes. It's not really wearing armor per se, but its scales are tough, and it just scrapes off the scales, doing no damage. But it is hexed, so hex is up. All right, Torkel, you are grappled. So
Yeah.
we need to make that opposing. Are you using strength or dex?
Well, actually, I would have to use an action to
break the grapple?
ungrapple myself.
Okay. Did
Let's
you just want to stay
see.
grappled? What would you like to do?
Let me just check what grapple does exactly. I think it just prevents you from moving.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah, it takes your speed to 0. You can still attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna try to shoot it right in the face.
Point
I'm
blank?
at disadvantage with
Yep.
that.
Yep.
I'm at disadvantage because I'm frightened, but I'm gonna use a crit point to cancel that out.
Okay, so straight
Uh-oh.
attack. All right.
Yep. Straight D20.
Okay.
Don't fail me now. Oh look, another 5. That's still at 12
Jesus.
total.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of, you're like a rag doll in this thing's claws. Like it
Yeah.
has this toy now,
Uh,
and you just with too much
Put
moving
me
around.
down, you. Ah! And I shoot and it goes wide, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, it goes a little wide, and it clicks its free claw at you, and actually it is.
I'm also kind of panicking right now.
Okay. All right. This one is going to actually. It has you picked up, so it can move, but it is also in melee with Ulrin. So, Ulrin, it is going to try to grab you.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So, it is
Oh,
going
geez.
to swipe at you with a claw. That's a 13. I assume that misses.
Yeah, that misses.
Okay.
18.
Okay, very good. So it tries to basically pick up a second dwarven toy, and you, as wounded as you are, you manage to just twist out of the way, but you feel your abdomen and all of the torn skin and muscle there, and it's an awful feeling.
Ow!
Yeah. And instead it is going to try to... It has 2 more attacks. It is going to try to... Yeah, it's going to try to hit you again, sure. That's a 22 to hit.
Holy shit.
So let me roll
Roll
that
badly,
damage.
roll badly.
That is 4 points of damage.
Oof. Oof.
How you doing there, Ulrin?
Oh, I'm great. I've got 1 hit point
Oh
left.
no! Okay. Oh,
Wish
no.
me luck.
Okay. You do have healing potions. All of you have healing potions. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know which ones they are though.
They're
I don't.
2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So just keep that in mind. You can use an action to drink that.
Oh, I will.
Okay. And actually, you know what? I take that back. I'm going to rule that if you want to take a potion, it's a bonus action.
Okay.
So, house rule on that. I will allow you guys to do that because I think that's only fair. So, your DM is not a mean god, just trying to be neutral more than anything else.
Yeah. I think Matt Mercer does that as well. Both
That's what I
actions,
thought.
drink it
Okay.
yourself.
It's
But
an
then
action to
actually
give to
if-
someone else.
Yeah.
Actually, this
It's an action to feed to someone else, right. And it did the claw. It has 1 attack left, and it is going to try to sting you.
Wait, wasn't that the stinger? Because his other claw has Torkoal in it.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
So-
Yes,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean,
No, that's fair. Yeah,
Yeah,
if, save your skin as much as possible. If I forget something,
Yeah.
definitely.
Maybe it's
do that.
trying to bludgeon you with
you.
I'm gonna hit the dwarf with another dwarf.
All right. So that
Scorpions
scorpion's
aren't
turn
that
is
smart.
over. This scorpion is still squaring off with you, Neuraxis, so it's going to take all 3 attacks against you.
Sure.
That's a natural 20.
Holy
On a
Okay.
claw, we're going to just
Can
roll
I-
these out.
Use my reaction to impose disadvantage on that.
Of course you can.
Okay, with my
Yep.
shield.
Yes, you can definitely do that.
All right.
Let me roll that again.
sweet.
Oh my
Unfitted.
god, you guys, that's a 1.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Not only
You
does
hero.
it miss you, but it misses so badly, Neuraxis, I'm going to let you take an attack of opportunity if you would like.
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
17.
Yes, that will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, is it going to roll? Yeah, that's right. 13.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Ouch. Yeah, damn is right. You bring that in reaction to its complete whiff. I mean, it was just almost embarrassing how badly this thing whiffed. You bring your sword down. That will use up your reaction for this round, and you manage to actually cleave one of its claws completely off.
Ooh.
So it now only has 2 attacks that it can make. It will make its final stinger attack against you, and that is definitely not going to hit. That's an 11.
Okay, no.
Yeah, okay. So that is that scorpion's turn. We have this one in the back. It is staying put. Up next, Ulrin.
All right. Being badly injured, horribly injured, I'm going to I'm going to disengage
Okay.
and run back here, and I'm going to chug a health potion.
All right, go ahead and roll that.
2d4 plus what? 2d4 plus
2d4 plus 2.
plus 2. Okay.
Yep. Get those hit points back.
5, 6, 7. So that's 7 hit points.
Okay. A little bit better.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
not on death's door.
Right.
Yay.
Yeah, you feel that a bit of your abdomen start to kind of piece itself back together, but you are definitely still hurting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my turn.
Okay, so in that turn, then, we now have the Yuan-Ti who has been hissing and saying things to you, and again, in very broken comment. I wish I could do voices, and I can't really for this guy, but he sees what's going on. He saw Olrin take off, and now that his buddy has an opening to get back here, he is actually going to move this direction and come over and look at you, Neuraxis, and and say, betrayers, defilers, but valuable, yes, valuable, and then is going to swing at you with its scimitar.
Okay.
That is, see, I'm making up for those nat 20s now. That's a 15.
Nope.
All right, so it swings wide. It just manages to kind of bounce off of your armor a little bit. No damage done. That is that one's turn. This one is going to actually move through the two of you. Neuraxis, you've already used your reaction. Yep, it's going to go for it here. And square off with Hazel.
Hello.
Hello, my friend.
Yes, exactly. It does have that nasty-looking spear that it pretty badly injured Olrin with. And it is going to try to poke you with it. No, that's a 13 to hit.
Nope, doesn't hit.
All right. You are small enough that you can it just whiffs right over your head, and you hear the wind whistle over your head. That's about it. You're like, oh, okay. Party time. Let's do it. All right. Alicia, it is your turn.
I'm gonna use a poison spray towards this one.
Okay.
So it has to take a con save.
All right.
DC 14.
Okay. That's a 1.
Oh, yay. Then, 1d12 damage. I rolled a 3. 3 points of damage.
And with a
I'm
con
rolling
save
really well.
of 1, we're going to double that.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
As a question,
Sure.
they're not especially good against poison for being snake people, are they? Because I know I am for being a green dragon.
No, but that's what I have.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
poison acid
Yeah.
Fair
and
enough.
a dagger.
Yeah, it takes the damage. It should have done double, but yeah, I missed my note there. It should have done double, but it definitely with the 1, it's still going to be, it was 3, right?
It's true.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. It will take that damage. Normally, yes, it would not, but it rolled a 1. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Fair
let
enough.
I'm gonna let it take the hit on that one.
It's just because that save
So
we got
like a
last time.
crit fail on a save is like a crit on an attack.
Yeah.
When a DM is nice,
That's
it is.
fun.
Until it's pointed at us, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, all right. That one took a little bit of damage. Hazel, you're up.
Okay. I would like to run past it and move over here and risk an attack of opportunity, I guess.
Yep.
And as I run past, I just want to taunt it a bit, I think you need to aim higher next time, Mr. Snake. I wanted to a bit make sure that its attention is on me and not on Ulrin, who
Okay.
badly hurt.
Okay.
And I guess it takes an attack of
It
opportunity
will.
on me.
Yep. It will swing that spear at you, and that's a 12.
Nope.
Okay, so it manages to also miss on as you run by it, yelling and taunting at it.
Yep. See, I told ya. And then I want to shoot it again with my bow.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make your attack.
That does not. Wait, that's no, that's a 12.
No, that's a miss. That's definitely
Damn
a
it.
miss on that one. All right, so you aim, but it deflects the arrow with its shield. It's definitely looking, just for flavor, I'll turn it around so it's looking at you, sure. Kind of.
I was too busy coming
There
up
we
with a
go.
clever taunt to aim properly.
You got a little sand in your eyes, you yelled a little bit. Yeah, the arrow went wide on that one. Okay, Neuraxis, what would you like to do?
Good. Turn at the one that just slithered past me and swung at my little friend. and swing my greatsword at it again.
The one with the shield?
Yeah, this one. The one with the nasty spear.
Okay, go for it.
23.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
I need to re-roll that 1 and that 2 because I have great weapon. So first there's 7, and then this is the hex for another 2. So 9.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you do nasty bit of damage on this thing. It can't even get its shield up in time. It's too focused on Hazel, and you manage to just completely slice down its back. It is now bleeding profusely, and it is heavily, heavily wounded. Nicely done. All right, Torkel, you are still a chew toy in this thing's claws.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's...
I am not enjoying my situation right now.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm actually gonna use my action to try to ungrapple myself.
Okay. That is against this thing's strength check. Are you using strength or dex?
Sorry?
Are you using strength or dex to get away? It is your choice.
I think it's athletics or acrobatics versus its athletics.
Yeah, either way it's gonna be a +3, so.
Okay.
I'm proficient in athletics, but only have +1 from strength, or I have +3 from dex, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Whichever.
Yeah, whichever one works for you is fine. Yep.
Apparently, whichever doesn't work. I rolled a 4.
It rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, please just don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1. There you go. Yeah,
all
apparently.
Right. I mean, that 4 is actually a 7 in total, so against 3.
Yeah.
Now that's cool.
Yep. It rolled not great. So, okay. So, yeah, you managed to pull yourself out of its claws, and you can now.
I'm gonna move the hell away.
Okay, it is gonna swipe at you.
Yeah, it's gonna swipe. But I do have 18 AC, so.
Okay. Yeah, and it misses with a 10.
There is that. Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Then I'm gonna just keep moving back there. That snake already used his reaction, did it?
Yeah, to attack Hazel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was last round though, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're at the top of the round.
Right, it's a new round.
Yep.
Oh shit.
So,
well, all right.
It's also gonna swing at you for 16.
No, it
misses your AC.
It misses, but I mean it's until his next turn. Like a round is.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I'm sorry.
Round, so,
yep, you're right. Yeah, so you just managed to get right around him. Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it better when he missed me and wasted his reaction, but you know. That's...
Sure. And I'm actually going to. While all of this has been going on, Hubert has slowly been going this way because he's just like not wanting in the middle of this.
Oh yeah. I get
as much as a camel can move, it's he's
leaving me, guys.
Yeah, he's just going this way. All right. Okay, so
I'm gonna actually action surge and shoot my gun at that snake spear dude.
Snap! All right, go for it.
Yeah. That's a 15.
That will miss.
No.
Yep. Unfortunately, that one misses. So your shot just goes a little bit wide. This thing is it's hurting.
That's an action surge wasted.
Got abilities. You got to use them, man. That's good though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
have to try.
You do. That's right. All right. So it is now the scorpion's turn. Scorpion number 1, who has lost its toy, is going to scuttle up over to Hazel and try.
He's gonna try a smaller toy.
Yeah. You know.
Maybe they wriggle less.
Oh, maybe.
Could be. It's going to make all 3 attacks against you.
Okay.
That is a 20 on one claw, not a nat, just total.
Holy shit.
That is an 18 on the second claw.
Yep.
And that is an 11 on the stinger.
The first 2 hit, the third doesn't.
Okay. Let me go ahead and roll damage on the 2 claws. Total damage is 9 from the 2 attacks, and you are considered grappled now.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
All right, so that is that one's turn. This one with Neuraxis, it likes you. It's gonna go all 3 against you again.
Sure.
That's an 8 for 1 claw. That's a miss. That's a miss. That is a no. All 3 again miss. Just whiff, whiff, whiff. Thankfully, no ones this time, but at least on my end.
Wait, yeah, I thought it only gets 2 because I cut his.
Oh, you did. That's right. Thank you.
They still miss, but
It still missed. Yes, thank you for reminding me. I'm going to put a little marker on him so I remember that. Thank you for that. This is why players who remember things are good. Thank you. There we go. Okay, he's got a little dot on him, so I remember that next time. And this last scorpion who has done nothing and has decided to stay put these last couple of rounds is now going to actually scuttle up and get around the other side of you, Neuraxis, and try to take its 3 attacks.
Oh boy.
Nope, that's a miss. That is a 20 total with the second claw.
yeah, that hits.
Okay, and it's a miss with the stinger, so I'll roll the 1 claw damage. That's an 8 on bludgeoning damage, and you are now also grappled.
I will hellishly rebuke him.
Oh, snap! All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
God, where's my button? So he has to make a DC 13 dex saving throw against this.
These are not dexterous creatures.
Level 1.
Oh my
I
gosh.
wouldn't think so.
Yeah,
Also
that's
10.
okay. Yeah, that was it rolled a 2, so nope. And how much damage?
10 fire damage.
Oh my, okay.
Oh, and I need to make a concentration saving. Hex.
Yes, to keep Hex up, yep.
Yep, that's fine.
Oh, you're good. Oh yeah, no problems there. Yeah, but you did a nasty hit with Hellish Rebuke on this this scorpion now, actually.
This is a great spell.
Yeah, that is. That's an awesome spell. All right, so it has been hellishly rebuked by the Dragonborn in the party. That is all 3 of their turns. Ulrin, what's up?
Badly injured, but still standing tall. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Or as tall as you will.
Yeah, on that scorpion and this asshole that stabbed me.
Okay.
So it's a DC 13 dex save.
Okay, dex save on both of them. Let me roll that. The scorpion fails with an 8. And the Yuan Ti with the shield manages at 15.
Okay, so the Yuan Ti takes 4 damage because I rolled an 8, and the scorpion takes all of it because he failed. So 8.
Okay. Let me do that real fast. Okay, yeah, that did a nasty bit of damage to both of them. That Yuan Ti is now starting to look pretty bad off. You get the sensation that one decent hit would probably finish it.
Yes.
Yes, and the scorpion is not looking too much better. So,
Alright.
All right, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Up next is this dude down here with the scimitar, and he
The
likes
scary one.
Yes, the one who has been talking to you the entire time, and this time squares off with Neuraxis and says, "Then we will not get our prize. That is fine," and brings its scimitar down on you for an attack. That is a 25 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
All right. Let me roll the damage on that one. That is 6 points of slashing damage to you. It rolled real low, so on that.
No concentration.
Yep.
Ah,
Oh no.
Hex goes away.
All right, Hex is now gone. I'm going to mark that on my sheet. Okay. All right, and that one liked its hit and just says to you, Neuraxis, "That is good. That is very good. She will be pleased," and is being creepy.
He is.
Yeah, oh yeah. This Yuan-Ti with the shield badly wounded has actually lost some speed because it was sliced down the spine, but it does manage to get its way over to you, Torkel, and is going to try
Yeah, I
to
mean, it's only
stab
5
you.
feet.
Right. Try to stab you with its spear. That is a 17.
Ha!
That's
Shield
right,
dead.
with your shield. All right. You managed to just get your shield up in time to deflect it. No damage done. Nicely done there. All right, Alicia, it is your turn. You guys are like standing in a line.
Yeah. Old line, old.
What do you
You
mean? I'm
left-
standing on my own where the
Yeah, I
line
know. I left your dragonborn friend up
Yeah.
front.
Can I from stand hit everyone in a 15-foot cube?
could
It's
you
more
not?
like-
Could you
We're
not?
holding the line so
Yeah.
we can get to you.
No, it's
Hey, I
fine.
took one. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can I hit everyone in the cube? If I could even move one step.
If you move
There.
up, what's
There.
the cube size again?
15 feet.
So like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You could hit all of this
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get all of the enemies in there.
because
Is
it's
it
only
15
3.
feet? Is
Yeah,
it
3 by 3.
3 by 3? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can hit. If I then move, 3 by 3. Oh.
Yeah, because
I-
it's the distance you move isn't
Yeah.
the same as.
I can. No access. I can stand his.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted to hit the two scorpions and the guy with the scimitar, the creepy guy, you could
Yeah.
definitely you could do that if you moved a little bit, but you would also hit Neuraxis, just so you know.
Yeah.
You can move
Definitely.
here.
I was still.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Or if I move. Yeah. No.
Oh,
yeah.
because then it'd go like off the. Yeah.
Then it would
off
go
the
off
Yeah,
of
but-
you,
Off there, but I would still.
but you're still
hit
gonna.
all of that.
Yeah, you would hit. You would hit the guys directly beside you. You would hit the other
Yeah.
scorpion and Neuraxis, but you would miss the other two guys on the outside. So it's up to you.
Well, from there, it wouldn't hit Neuraxis if they go
This way?
this
Yeah,
way.
because you draw it from point of contact with you.
Yeah, then
1,
I hit.
2, 3.
You
and
put
1,
you
2,
put it
3.
in front of you basically. So yeah,
Then I
you
will
did
hit.
the 2 scorpions and the spear dude.
Then I will hit those 3. And
Okay.
not hit their axis. Con save. DC is 14.
Okay, let me roll those out.
Because it's the same nightmarish thing they have doing burning hands by squares.
Yeah.
The
Let's
worst.
see here. The guy with it. What is it? It's a con save. The Yuan-Ti, right?
Yeah.
Con
Yeah.
save. Okay. The
Con
Yuan-Ti with the shield fails. The scorpion to his left fails. The other scorpion just manages to make it with a 15.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Then still half damage. But.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and roll that damage out.
So 9 damage to the ones who failed, and they are pushed feet. So sorry, they go off the map.
Well, he is dead. Done.
Yay!
Thank.
This
Oh, hammer.
one, 9 damage. He's not, but he's on death's door.
And move 10 feet.
And move 10 feet. Okay, so back. And this guy, the one who saved.
Well, it would move
Well-
the other way, but that's out of the map. So
That's
Yeah,
the
so,
hard map,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
that's...
that's.
Also, the one scorpion still has me grappled. This one, like,
Yes, so Hazel, you moved with him.
well,
okay.
And would
Sorry.
actually, if
would he have dropped her?
if one of
He'd
them
have
is
to make a
forced to
save
move,
to.
it breaks the grapple.
Okay.
Involuntary movement, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's not something I've actually had to do before. So,
Me neither, but yeah.
right. No, Hazel, she's okay, right? She doesn't have to make a save or anything.
Yeah, no,
She
she's
just
fine.
drops to the ground. Okay, you just kind of landed on your butt in the sand. So
Okay.
It's not
Um,
that far from the ground.
Okay, that Yuan-Ti is dead. This scorpion that dropped Hazel is on death's door. All right, very good. Hazel, it is your turn.
Like it actually starts to feel like we're gonna make it out of this.
1 down. 4 more to go. Yes, end of my.
So whose turn is it now?
Okay, is it
Hazel.
my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Hazel's turn. now.
Then I'll want to shoot at the scorpion who just had grappled me.
Okay, go ahead and roll that.
Yeah, take your revenge.
Yes, that is 24 to hit.
Oh yeah, that
Oh
hits.
boy.
And I'm just gonna tell you right now, it has 1 hit point left, so it's dead.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
is.
the
It
curse
is
of the 1 HP left.
super dead. Yep.
It's not fun.
Dead. That one's dead. Okay. Very good. Hazel, Noraxis, your turn. You've got 3 enemies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cleave.
Lots of choices.
Oh, wait.
No. Okay. Yeah. I will bonus action second wind to get some health back after being stabbed and everything else.
Go for it.
So I get 3 hit points back.
Okay.
Wow.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing. Yep. And then I will swing my sword at this one.
Okay, go for it.
It's only +1.
Yeah, because I only had 1 level of fighter. 13.
That is a miss.
Ugh.
So you swing out, and it is, I mean, it's very injured, but it does manage to just kind of scuttle in the sand out of the way.
Yeah.
All right. Torkel, it is your turn. You have a dead Yuan-Ti in front of you, a dead scorpion about 15 feet off, give or take.
Yeah.
And Noraxis is trying to take on 3 guys at once.
Yeah, so that scorpion that's in a straight line. Does he look does it look damaged?
Oh, yeah.
I
He's,
hit-
yeah.
I hellishly
All right.
hit
He's
him, so-
heavily
Okay.
wounded.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna spend my last grit point
All right.
to get advantage on that and hopefully finish it.
All righty.
But there's gonna be 3 less attack on the Raxas if I do. Nope, that's cocked. Okay, that's a 4. That's not good. And that's a nat 20.
Oh, all right.
Do I get 2 grit back then? 1 for the 20 and 1 from killing it?
Yeah, because you get one back when you kill it. I'm almost going to bet you're going to kill it, but go ahead and roll your damage just to make sure.
Wow. And that's when I roll 2 10s, when I don't need
Oh.
to. So that's 23 piercing damage.
Yeah, that is.
With my last bullet in
It
this
is
gun.
extremely dead. It had 8 hit points left. It is very dead.
Wow. Okay,
All
well,
right.
2 grit back. That's
Wow, tides have
cool. No
changed.
more bullets in the gun.
My gosh, yeah, you guys are starting to really slaughter them now. Okay, so yeah, that's
All we needed was to see one of them die, and now
Yep,
it's like
gone,
we're
gone.
on a roll.
gone
Your
out of the
slaughter
corner.
begins.
Yep, now you guys are murder hobos. Okay, so desert murder hobos. All right, so this scorpion that is
boy.
left that has lost an arm is going to still try to attack you, Noraxis.
Yep.
A claw and a stinger. That is a 23 on the claw
That'll hit.
and a 19 on the stinger.
That'll also hit.
Okay, so we'll roll out the damage first. The claw is 7.
Okay.
They have not yet rolled a stinger attack, actually. They have all failed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good for us.
The stinger is 4 piercing damage, and you need to make a constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
DC is 12.
20.
Oh shit, yeah, you're fine. Yeah,
Wow.
you're just fine. Which
Was
is
that-
good, but you still take half damage.
Was it 4 from
and
the
then
piercing?
half again because it's poison.
Yeah, because I'm a green dragon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you'll take it right. So let me roll that and see what that would look like. 7, 4, 2 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
So-
that was good.
Well, so the stinger was 4 piercing and 2 poison. Is that right?
Yes. Sorry, it took me a second. I was like,
Hoo-wee.
wait, numbers. Hold on. Reverse math.
That's all right. I'm in the danger zone.
Uh-oh,
Wee.
okay. All right, that scorpion took its hits. Ulrin, you're up.
All right. I'm going to move up here.
Just step on the dead bodies.
Yeah, and as I pass by, I'm just gonna like hit him with my hammer and just be like,
All right.
and let's stay there. I don't want to get hit again. And then I will cast Cure Wounds on Naraxis.
Okay.
Give him some healing. So that's 4 plus 3, so 7 points of healing.
Cool.
And then I will just ready my shield and brace for anything.
Okay. Very good. Healing Noraxis. That's good. And now we have this guy with the scimitar who has not really been hit much. Is now going to actually move past you, Noraxis. You do get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Yep, because it is going after the little wizard.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh
No,
god, a
not
10.
the little wizard.
Nope, that is a miss on that one. So
Yeah.
you swing out, but it just manages to slither past you, and it is now going to make a scimitar attack on you, Alicia.
And I'm gonna use my reaction to bring up my shield and impose disadvantage on this.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, that's good because that one would have. I rolled a natural 20 and a 7.
Oh,
So
hell!
yeah. All right, you pull
I'll
that.
look at it and be like, "Not today, you creepy bastard!"
You pull that shield up, and she's actually manages to almost completely duck behind it. And you take the hit of the scimitar. You hear the scrape of the blade against the wood. And it says, "Still prisoners, still mine, betrayers. I need only one of you." And that is its turn. Okay, Alicia, you're up.
Ooh, yay. What am I to do with it? Let's take a poison spray again.
Okay.
At the one right behind me. So Constitution save?
Okay. That's a 9.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is failure.
All right.
So 1d12. Oh, 9.
Okay, it will take half of that. So I can math 5. Okay. There again, with the math. That's simple. Come on. All right, so
Math
yeah.
is hard.
Math is hard, I know. It takes some damage, and you see pieces of its scales start to curl up a little bit, but it is just, and its fangs are long, and it is just grinning at you. It doesn't seem deterred at all.
Oh.
All right, Hazel, up to you.
Okay, I'm going to move up here and once again shoot it with my bow.
All right.
That is 24 to hit.
Oh my gosh,
And-
yeah.
And that's 5 points of piercing damage
Okay.
and 2 points of lightning damage.
All right. Very nice. That arrow sinks into its shoulder, and you see it hiss and flinch against it. It is starting to look decently wounded at this point.
Nice.
Naraxis.
Yep, gonna try and kill the scorpion.
Alrighty.
Feeling good.
19.
That will hit. Yes, roll your damage.
I need to re-roll that too.
Okay.
So 2 more than that, so 13.
Yeah, it's dead. That does it
Cool.
on that one. So it
That-
crumples to the ground.
Yeah, and that sets off another thing. It crumbles to the ground, and I breathe in a portion of its soul and get 5 temporary hit points.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wow.
Warlocks.
All right.
So, you know how last time all I did was hex and I didn't do anything creepy? Now all of my weird stuff has started happening.
Yep.
So I'll kill it and then take a step towards the one with the scimitar.
Okay, sounds good.
Call
Oh
me
my
betrayer one more time.
I dare you. I double dare you.
Okay, there is one enemy left on the field. Torkel, what would you like to do?
Yeah, that creepy thing is scary. So I'm gonna take a step back
Okay.
and I'm gonna reload
All right.
because my gun's empty now,
Alrighty.
and that's it because that's an action.
It is an action, yep. All right, so Torkel reloads. Olren, what would you like to do?
Reloading.
So as I see Naraxis breathing in weird stuff, I'm just gonna like kind of do a double take at that and then move forward. And then I'm going to use my Warhammer
Okay.
and I'm going to smash his face in.
Smash away.
See, that's a 19 plus 5, so 24 to hit.
Holy moly, yeah, that'll hit.
Wow.
And
Smash it dead.
5 plus 3, so 8 points of bludgeoning.
All right. It is not dead, but it is very, very wounded.
And then I'm going to use my War Priest, I think is what it is, to get an extra attack.
Oh,
Oh, it's your bonus action, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a bonus action, so I'm going to crush it in the face again.
Okay.
Oh, natural 20.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna bet this thing's gonna die, but go ahead and roll your damage.
All right.
Let's see how
Yeah.
badly you kill it.
Ooh, 6, and then you double the dice, so that's
Yep.
12.
Oh,
Plus
man.
3, so 15.
Oh, it's so dead. It had 5 points left. It's so dead.
Wow.
And as I bring the Warhammer down into his face, I'm just going to say, all hammer bless you.
That is stylish.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, your enemies are now heaps of blood and chitin and just a nasty mess on the ground. And some of you are pretty wounded at this point. But you do have bodies in front of you. You are on the edge of a cliff. Hubert has not run away, so you can retrieve him and your cart, but what would you like to do?
I mean, loot them has got to be square one.
Yeah.
Equally, we need to have a talk about what hold the line means.
Yeah. Getting stabbed and almost dropped to 0 is...
Max is like wearing their blood, his blood. It's like eldritch fire burns up the side of one scorpion. Like, it's just weirdness abounds.
All right, so you looting the bodies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Loot the bodies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not getting close to that scimitar one.
Anything interesting on them, like, I don't know, artifacts or something that would tell us what the hell they mean by trespass or betrayer.
Sure. You all can make investigation checks.
Would I get? I wouldn't get any book now, right? That's only history about them.
Just history, culture, that
Oh.
kind of thing.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh, snap! All right.
2 natural 20s. Ooh,
2 natural 20s.
not good. I got a 3.
Okay. So
26 if you add my things.
oh my goodness! All right.
Jesus.
Wow.
on the body of the only one who spoke, Alicia, you find a couple of interesting things. You find some blank parchment That's not the interesting part. However, the parchment that's tucked inside of it, it's like a big roll of parchment. If you unroll it, inside of it is a scroll, and you recognize this instantly. This is a spell scroll. It's a glyph of warding.
Ooh.
So mark that in your inventory. I will get you a card here after the
Yeah,
game.
I'm writing it down.
Okay. Yeah, mark that down for me. And like I said, I'll get you that card. I'm actually going to note that too.
That is something I can learn, right?
Yes.
Use it to write down a spellbook.
You could actually put it in
Later.
your spellbook. You can, yep.
Yeah. Or you
Um,
can cast it from the scroll.
Yep.
Yeah, but if I learn it, I can
Either
use it
or.
several times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then she's got it, right. That would be cool. On the also on that one is a very beautifully made, and especially Ulrin, if you look at this, it's a very finely made dagger with rubies in the hilt. It looks ornamental,
Okay.
but it definitely is old.
Do I sense any like magic auras coming off of it or anything?
Do you want to concentrate on it? little bit?
Yeah, I'll identify it.
Okay.
If-
Yeah, this is a relic
Okay.
of the Yuan Ti people, and especially paired now with what Alicia knows about their culture and with what you're able to detect. This is not necessarily a dagger you would use in battle, but it is definitely something that they use when they sacrifice creatures to Dendar.
Oh, goody, the god of serpents.
Dar.
Swallower of the world. Yep.
Oh boy.
Oh, yay. That's
Nice.
Or a Boros, basically.
He does not sound like a nice guy.
And Alicia, you know instantly that this dagger and what it's used for, based on your reading, that Dendar, this name came up several times in the book, so I'm not going to have you roll for it on this one, is that she is the swallower of the world, and certain sects of Yuan Ti believe that if they cause enough chaos in the world, that they can summon her.
Yes.
So there's the dagger.
I'm relying this saying this information to the rest of the party so they know.
Okay.
Too.
All right. That sounds good. The other Yuan Ti with the spear and shield, those items are of common make. They're not of any real interest. It does have a little pouch on its side with 5 gold in it. And the scorpions, they're scorpions. So
Yeah.
if you want to pry the chitin off of them, you could do that, but it would take hours, and
I
you would
mean, we
you would
cut
have
them
to
open
make
in
some.
XP. That's
Who took the 5 gold? Was it
you want
me
me
or
to-
was it
You want me to add it to the party gold?
add it to the party gold?
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We need some party gold.
Yeah. 5 gold and a party gold.
We have 205 now in the party gold bag of holding.
All right.
Yay.
And you
Nice.
are on the edge of this cliff. You can rest. You can make camp.
Do we know if we're in the right direction? Like, are we close? Or do we know how close we are to the tomb?
See, Hazel, your last survival check was a 9, right?
Yeah,
think
the
it was
first one we were
fairly
going the
low.
right way.
Yeah.
And the second one.
You're still going in the general direction, but you might be off a tick.
I'm sorry,
from your
guys.
intended
Desert
path.
aren't my. I'm not that familiar with deserts.
Desert isn't your favorite terrain.
Trees are more my thing.
The other thing I will note is where that sand creature died. Over in this area where it perished. I would recommend you might want to go look over there.
I'll walk up.
Okay.
With my tiny.
Sorry, I am just trying to pull that up real quick. Of course, it's now in a note that I don't know where I put it. That's cool. Where is that at? Here we go. Okay, so in the middle of that sand pile, you don't even need to make an investigation check on this because it's pretty obvious. now that you're on top of the sand pile, that there are gemstones in here. Lots of them. And for some reason, this thing was carrying around gemstones. You can pick them up. There are about 20. They're all very rough. They're like what gemstones look like when they're first mined. And they could be worth something if they were cut and polished properly. Right now, they're just pretty stones. But a knowledgeable vendor might make use of them. So write down 20 random rough gemstones.
Give them to whoever has to. I can't remember who had the bag of holding right now, but whoever has that in the party funds.
20 gems?
Yeah, they're rough cut. They're rough gemstones.
Okay.
Yep. I just make sure that there isn't anything else on here. And then who was picking up the stones? Alicia, you were looking, right? Were you the one digging in the sand, basically?
Yeah, I was digging in the sand and giving the.
Okay, this one I will have you make. I'm trying to look at my list here. Actually, go ahead as you dig through the stones. Do make one investigation check.
All
Because
right.
it's a big pile of sand.
I rolled an 8, but I have +6, so 14.
Okay.
Not a lot, but.
You do also manage to dig out a strange piece of carved stone. You've never seen anything like it before. And it's about the size of like a medal, like an Olympic medal. It's about that size. So it fits in the palm of your hand. But it's carved out of, looks like a combination of kind of like a granite type of stone. Not a stone you've seen in these parts.
I'll go over and give it to Olrin, I think.
Okay.
He's blacksmith. He knows how to make things. He probably can
Yeah.
say what it is.
Is it like, does it have magical aura, or should I just use like stone cunning to do a history check on it?
Do a history check, yeah.
Okay. So I have advantage on it because of stone cunning, I believe? Okay. Ooh, history. Let's see. So 18.
Okay. This is very clearly a holy symbol.
Ooh.
You're not sure of what god or what religion, or it has very fine lines carved into the stone. You do recognize it as a type of granite, basically.
Okay.
And it looks very old. It looks hundreds of years old.
When
It's
he
definitely
says that
been.
No, continue.
Oh no, it's okay.
Does it look like a snake?
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
It has no symbols on it. No snake symbols, I should say. A lot of the detail has been worn over the years from the sand. But if you took it to someone who was very good with ancient religions, you may be able to get it figured out.
I was going to ask, when it says it's a religious piece, can I try and do a religion check to see if I can remember what it was?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, can I do a religion check since I'm trained in it?
Absolutely can.
17.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, she got better.
Okay. Alicia, if you take a little bit of time with this and you look it over and you turn it on the back and you see a constellation carved in the back of it. And you know immediately this is a symbol of Celestian, god of the wanderers and travelers.
You cut out for me. I think it's my internet. So what did you say?
Who?
The god of wanderers and travelers.
Yeah, you believe this is a symbol of, it's granted it's not the ones they use now because there are a few followers of him, but you believe this is an older symbol of Celestian. There you go.
Star-Lord.
I give it back to
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. I give it back to Olrin.
Okay.
All right, I'll put it in the bag.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting piece of history. So
In the meantime, I make sure that Hubert doesn't run off too far and
Okay.
I get him and try to calm him down.
Good.
Jantron Thundertree was not joking, and neither was the cart guy whose name I cannot remember because I don't have it pulled up
Dorfus.
yet. Thank you.
Dorfus.
Yes, Dorfus. Yes, we're not joking about Hubert. He's not rattled by much, and he's
No.
there. He looks a little agitated, if a camel can look agitated. As much as that possibly could happen. But are you? Yeah, he's okay. You can try to pet him,
Yeah.
But you don't think he's gonna bolt? He didn't bolt through all that, so he's fine.
No.
Yeah.
Thunder, explosions,
Right.
literal.
Yeah, I tell him that he's really brave. Compliment him.
Like,
He's
You
probably
have-
got honey badger blood.
or he's deaf.
or that.
Deaf and blind.
He's just a really old camel that just doesn't realize what's going on around it anymore. And I was like, oh, he's so brave.
Senile. Senile camel.
He just has no clue where he is.
But somehow we can't find his way home.
Camel
Somehow.
sense.
Yeah.
All right. Are you leaving the dead bodies there? What would you like to do?
I mean,
Could I
can't
maybe
lie.
request just a quick bathroom break?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, of course. We're getting
That
ready
would-
to actually end anyway. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because some of you are wounded, so
Yes.
spells.
absolutely. I'm out of spells.
Okay, you're out of spells. Yike.
No more healing.
No one die. You can make camp. You can set guard.
Yeah,
Um,
make him.
Okay.
I don't mind taking
Yep.
first watch because my stuff away
I-
until a short rest.
Yeah, I can take first watch.
I can
I don't mind.
Can I just watch so I can how long did it take to write a spell down on my spell book?
That is a good question. I don't remember
Like
right
that?
off the top of my head. Yeah, I don't.
What level? That's the question.
The glyph of warding.
Yeah.
I believe that is a 4th level spell, but let me just double check real fast.
Then I can't write it down because I don't.
Yeah.
You can't
Anything.
cast it yet.
You can't cast
No.
it, yeah. Let me just make sure that I'm right on that because I could be very wrong. Wording. No,
I mean-
it is a 3rd level abjuration.
Yeah.
Just keep it in
Yeah.
the bag until you can, I guess.
Yeah, we'll keep it in the bag till I can still write it down, but I can't use it. I think.
Okay.
But it would.
You do
I
have
would,
it.
it would still take me 6 hours to do it.
Okay.
So let's wait until we're not in
in the middle of the desert.
and I need to
Yeah.
sleep.
Okay. So,
So-
long rest, you can set up guard. This is where we will pick up next time.
Okay.
So, well fought,
Hooray.
everyone. Well done.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah, that was a pretty cool battle.
it was
Honestly,
really cool.
I thought we were gonna be like maybe captured, or some of us would die and the others would flee, or I don't know how we survive all that.
I was prepared for someone to attack Olrin, so I could use the last divination thing I have.
Oh.
Force the thing to roll a 4.
that crit was that was bad.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
hurt. That some of the rolling today was weird. Oh my gosh, so let's get rid of these dead bodies. Gone. There we go.
Yay.
Yay, you can make camp. I'm actually going to give you guys, just for flavor more than anything else.
A campfire.
Yep, I'm going to put a campfire on there. There you go.
Yay!
Aww.
Yay! Oh,
Yep, so you are
this
long
is when I
resting.
use it.
Yeah, and we will pick this up next time. We will definitely get that scheduled. So thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you,
you.
DM.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna roll a weak dice for healing right now.
Or do you
It's
think
long
you're taking a
rest.
long rest?
We're long resting, so
Oh, right.
So-
Yeah, you're long resting.
just full.
Alright, we're cool.
I loved getting to like use all of my weird stuff. And then
Yeah.
sitting with like hellish rebuke and great weapon fighter in my back pocket, like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, the campfire's gonna be awkward. We're just gonna be sitting there like,
So
That's the
that
thing.
happened.
That's a conversation that has to happen.
Yeah, we'll have to do that next time.
We'll start with that next time.
That was
Oh
like,
yeah. We'll definitely do some. We'll do some RPing. You guys can have some conversations in camp. Get to know each other a little bit better. You know, we can do a little bit of that to start out for certain because we haven't had much of a chance to do that. And trust me when I say you're gonna want those hit points. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did have
some
some
spells.
interesting RP with Leora, but not
Yeah.
just between each other.
she's fun.
She is.
I like her a lot. Yeah, she's one of my favorites. So
She was
I'm
so
partial.
cute.
She's adorable. So all right, guys. Well, I actually have to run, so I'm gonna disconnect.
fair enough.
Yeah, and
But
I need to lie down.
yes, I think you do definitely. Good
Like
idea.
my eye is starting to get like burny and stuff.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh crap. Okay.
I need,
well, guys.
I need to get eye drops.
Oh, thank you guys.
Someone heal him. Heal
Yeah.
him.
I'm out of healing.
Yeah,
He's out. He's
I
tapped.
need to take a rest and heal that eye.
Yep,
He's
you
got
do
sand
definitely.
in his eye.
Well, everybody, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Have a good afternoon, evening, whatever it is you're doing, and we will schedule a game here very, very soon.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
good one.
Hopefully this recorded fine.
I think it did. Yeah, I'll double check it here in a few minutes. I'll hop into Discord and let you guys know if it recorded, but I think it did.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, all
Cool.
right, guys.
Cool.
Have a good one.
Have a good
Alright.
day.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Oh dear.